There you are.
We're here.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the
Chat, y'all see the title?
corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile. No handcuff our officers. Hold on, wait. I think
Hold on, wait.
script. We got some shooters.
They're here again. Man.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight.
Welcome back.
The bloodline of corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile. No handcuff our
I
officers.
had to.
Hold on, wait. I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.
Oh wait, brother, talk to them.
It's only appropriate that on the day of birth of the late great Bray Wyatt that we see the return of the Wyatt Six. Oh, how appropriate indeed. You need to get the dress now. All I see is the backdrop.
Oh yeah. Chat. Y'all see it. Best believe it. The chat is over. They're here. We're back. How you feel, man? First off the press, you know how we do. We pick up where they left off. Let's keep the chat up to speed. If you guys are just crawling in, diving in, look it. Y6. Bray Wyatt's birthday.
In the flesh.
I'm gonna say this. I like how they went right to the tag team division now. Like, I feel like the foolery. Not saying they weren't in the tag team division. I'm saying the tag team title picture. You know what I mean? Like, now we're heading towards gold. If this is what I think it is,
I'm going to say what I think your brain was trying to process.
right?
The bullshit is over. Now we taking it a gear now. Yeah,
That's
we
what
had
it feels
the
like.
welcome back, the feel good moments. Everyone's healthy. Let's get some gold on them. It's obvious again. They've been gone how long? At least 6 months, maybe more, something like that.
Since the last round of releases, because it's
They've had a
never gonna
couple.
leave my
They've
mind.
had a couple. But here's they've had a couple of releases since the last time we saw them. That's the thing. It
The
was definitely
AOP
a little.
releases. The AOP releases. Let me be clear. That
Okay,
round.
so the ones before around Christmas time, right?
Which I want to do.
Either way, again, that was almost 6 months. Again, 6 months ago, 5 months ago. It's a long time.
Chat. We're gonna bring you a side quest soon, and I want to talk to you, Razor, about Cameron Cross. Did you see the things he had to say on Ariel Helwani?
Oh, my brother, there is a few things I want to talk about a few recent interviews, plural, featuring Mr. Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, I just had to mention that because we mentioned AOP releases, and he spoke on something. So, Chad, that's something to watch out for right there. You know what I'm saying? But Y6, they back from that long hiatus.
But
Uncle
the
Howdy
point,
back with them.
but the point I wanted to get across was the fact that again they've been used very, very sparingly in the last year, pretty much, right? I mean, yeah, we saw them earlier in the first part post Rumble, and then fizzled out, came back, fizzled out again. We then learned that there was an injury, back again, but the crowd reaction seems like it's getting bigger each time they come back. Or am I
I'm a,
just here,
no,
or is my
no. I
TV just
think
acting up?
I think they're on the same antennas that we are. Like we feel like the bullshit's over with. Now we could get on. If this is the direction we're going in, I think everybody could get on board with this. That's why it's okay.
And
I
like
think
we
if we move
also joking
backwards,
about is like they struggle with developing tag teams. This is one that's been in their lap for a year.
right? Because this could be a unique situation in my eyes where you know how they got the free bird rule. Well, what about what a tag team with four competitors or a faction with four we've like they could swap the belts amongst each other. Any four of them could compete as like it could present a unique situation. Amethyst, Amethyst, I miss you so much. How you feeling? I miss our tribal chief Roman Reigns. I was just thinking about the ODC, ODC. But you know,
I'm telling you, he's
it's
on Monday. He's gonna be on
yeah,
Mondays now.
Mondays, yeah. That's a Monday night affair, which I'm not mad at. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna get that pretty soon. It is the Friday
I mean,
before Saturday night main event. You know,
that's
we
next
got
week.
some time.
Oh no, no. Damn
It's
it! They got so
tomorrow,
many
brother.
shows right now. You
It's
got
tomorrow,
Citizen
brother.
tomorrow. 2 weeks you got Money in the Bank,
I
and World
felt the
still
same
out.
way, bro. The same way you felt. I'm like, damn, it's tomorrow. Like,
Also, TNA's got a show on right now. On top of that,
dope. That's fire. That's fire. Is that
I mean
Trick Williams and Joe Hendry handling their business on that show, or did they already handle their business? What's
that should be on either right now or in the coming moments. What I just finished seeing on Twitter was Mustafa Ali taking Indy Hartwell's head off with a drop kick and just standing over her like, yeah, I did that.
Lord?
But yeah, folks, if you guys haven't been watching TNA, they've been cooking lately. Very underrated. Again, that's a very good roster. But it's a roster that just lost another big name for them, Ace Austin.
Mm. Yeah, that's a
That
that's a
that's
that's a huge loss because I like that brother. He lost his tag team partner Chris Bates to unfortunate injury, and I hope Chris Bates gets. He's already recovering quickly, very quickly. So I hope that process continues for him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, hope the future. I know the future's bright. Let's just say it like that. I know the future's bright for them.
yeah, and then who know again, hopefully we get Bay back soon in some fashion. But as far as his tag team partner, he ain't gonna be a free agent for long.
Oh yeah, I mean, somebody got to snag him up. And much love, Amethyst. You know how we do around here. So love with the family when everybody joins up with us. We one big community. We could agree to disagree on certain matters. It's all love, baby. We here drinking a Jack Daniels vanilla Coke. Nice. Y'all about to make me bust out my drink. Like I
I
was
mean,
tipsing last night. I don't want to go back to back now, but it is Friday. It done. Hey, you know what I'm saying, Brace?
was
It is
you,
Friday, bro.
you still got some of the goose left?
Oh, I might if I don't got some of the yeah, I do got the goose car. It was Ciroc I was drinking yesterday. Yeah, bro. Man, listen. Shout out to my
Oh,
father last week. Yeah,
you
he got me
celebrating the
right,
trial?
bro. We still celebrate. Man, it was Street's birthday, I believe, yesterday. So it giving me even more of a reason to celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like,
Also, it's Memorial Day weekend as well.
oh yeah, it's a bunch of fun times. Everybody just be responsible, enjoy yourself, watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Watch us talk about wrestling. I'm feeling good, Amethyst. God bless. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness. How you feeling, Razor? How we doing today on your side, bro?
It's been a week, but I'm sipping on some Jack Daniel's bonded with a splash of Hennessy with some ginger beer.
Okay, it's a lot going on right there, but it sounds like it's real good impact right there, real good bang for your buck. We don't want to be, I don't like watered down drinks. I'm gonna be honest. That's why I had to steer away from beers. And like, I think if I tried Austin's Broken Skull, I think I'd appreciate it because I'm more of an IPA guy. Like, it gotta have that strong stuff.
That was a good beer. I'm mad. It's harder for me to get it out here, even though I'm in California.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard for
I'm
me
sure I can
too. I
order.
gotta. Mm-hmm.
You guys got Hogan's beer?
Hell no, not that I've seen. Not in my local areas. Like,
Now, would you taste the real American beer?
I mean, if I want to do some kind of promotion to like, get some
I mean,
flavors,
willingly.
nah, nah, I can't, bro. I can't because again, it's after years of having fun and party. Also, I don't know if I told you, I used to work in a bar. So like I used to
Mhm.
kick out the beer kegs and shit. So they used to put me on to like the beers and like, you know, how there's levels to that shit. So knowing that his is more along the lines of like Bud Lights and nothing wrong for people that enjoy like that kind of brand of beer. But again, I'm an IPA kind of guy. I could go for some Guinness Black. If you got some Guinness, man, we could get with the Guinness Black. Guinness Golden, we get right there. But all the other brands, uh, I don't know, man. We ain't gonna knock no other brands though, cause like I said, everybody got their own flavor. I've been seen with a Heineken or two. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
I'm
a
gonna just say,
Corona.
if the beer's cold, I'm not gonna discriminate. Unlike this man over here,
Oh no, if it's free, hold on. If it's free, I'm trying.
I
If
didn't
you
say
got,
that. If it's free, again, I'm unbiased. Well, my rule is as long as it's cold.
oh yeah, nah. If that shit, man, I'm not paying for that shit. I can't like, not the controversy, not the it can't taste bad and it's controversy. Yeah. That don't
I mean, Bud Light tastes bad, and there's controversy behind that.
Bro, talking about the Hogan Real American Beer, it'd be cringe to see his commercial come on, and it sounds like he just recorded that shit off his phone or something. Like, and they
Have you
like,
seen the commercial?
yeah, bro, it's just like that shit.
Also, they play it on Netflix all the time.
Yeah, bro, that shit is terrible, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's so fucking cringe.
It looks
Those Ciroc
like it
reminds
was
me of
made.
Diddy. Yeah, I mean, we were watching the Diddy trial, so it's like we gotta lay the Ciroc the rest one last time, I guess. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
fun fact. He got booted from his ownership of Ciroc some time ago, like a long time before the trial even started or was even a thing.
Yeah, they packed him up. That was crazy, right?
Yeah, there's some stuff that lingers, so they just bought him out just to say, we're washing our hands of you. What TKO ultimately did with Vince, but nicer.
Yeah, but that's smart though because ultimately that too, when you know what goes into making these drinks for the celebrities, it's kind of like they just put they just like the face of the ship. Really, like they might do some taste testing, but the hard work is somebody else doing that, right? Like it's not like they
Yeah.
the one. You know what I mean? You just got to pick
Now,
from the
suppose
selection.
now supposedly folks like Shannon Sharp and The Rock, they're very hands on with the process of how their respective spirits are made. So some folks
Oh yeah, because that's smart.
well, they learn the process. Others just invest in the process.
Even 50, I haven't tried his shit, but I've heard good reviews about that.
Oh,
Prince.
it is a damn good cognac.
Oh yeah, see, so I gotta get right with
Because
that.
also it is the exclusive cognac of Golden One Arena during the Kings games, and I guess he recently had a meeting with Adam Silver to make that the exclusive cognac of all NBA's teams.
That's a good move right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember when Henny was getting sponsored by the likes of the NBA, Manny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? I guess you know
Canelo.
it's a different time. But also, like, Henny starts to feel like I ain't gonna lie, Henny starts to feel like one of those mass-produced drinks, like you said about the other celebrities having their hands on. It started to feel like once the popularity of Hennessy skyrocketed, it kind like to me, it's not that special when you taste other high-end cognac or whether it's brandy.
So now let me ask you this: Hennessy or Remy Martin?
I like Remy Martin because like that VSOP to me is better than the Henny VSOP.
What the 1738?
Yeah. And even the black bottle too, though.
Have you ever tried their clear one?
What the clear, like the white Remy Martin?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
uh, it's uh, it's an experience. Now, whether it's a good or bad one, that's entirely up to you. But I tried it once, and all I will say is once was enough for me.
Yeah, I could feel that.
But it didn't have like that Remy taste, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
You
can.
know,
You know
certain
what Christian
spirits,
Brothers is?
whatever. Oh yeah,
Yeah, so I had that experience with the light Christian Brothers. I tried it and I'm like, this shit tastes mad syrupy. Like it didn't have that
I
same taste of the regular Christian Brothers.
I kind of prefer Parmesan over Christian Brothers
Same.
because Parmesan has more of like that that's more spice notes to me than like rubbing alcohol like Christian Brothers does.
Yeah, like it got that good barky taste. I would say like, see, I like that when I drink dark liquors, like I like that barky taste. Like if it gives me a vibe like it been in the barrel. Like Hennessy just don't give me that vibe anymore, like at all.
Well, and also I think with meat and all that, Hennessy's been popularized by media for what before we were born, damn
Hell
near
yeah.
maybe. So again, it's not everyone can stay on top forever, and it's okay to be not number one. You're still gonna be one of the top choices about other things, but still, it's like again, it's okay.
Yeah, like yo,
Uh,
shout out
uh,
to
uh,
Snoop and them. Cause like you said about rubbing alcohol, I done tried Tanqueray and all of that, the gin. Buddy, oh
I
my
can't
God.
I can't do gin.
Bro, that shit is so dry and fucking like what the fuck? It's like how do you? I don't
I
know.
don't mind. I don't mind the dry taste or the dry finish, but it's just something about that flavor profile. It's just I just can't do it. My body just
Yeah,
naturally rejects it.
yeah, I'm there with you. That shit feel like that
Now,
shit
like
feel like
Long
a ride
Island's
right there.
Adioses, those I can do because you got the rum, tequila, vodka, kind of like masking
Masking
that
it.
gin taste.
Yes, yes.
But a gin forward cocktails, like I can't do it.
Nah, yeah, that's oof. Cause I remember I would try like this is when I was trying to figure out what did I really enjoy. Was it vodka? Was it rum? Because sometimes when you like coming into the drinking game, you just see light or dark. You're not really understanding what's what
It's light
unless
and dark, and then it's you assume that the more you pay, the better quality is. That's again, Hennessy
correct.
has been some more prices. That's why folks always put it on top to begin with.
Hmm.
And then for
Yeah.
the instant crash outs like me, you guys, we fell in love with the Incredible Hulks.
Hmm. I also like those specialty drinks, like maybe like a Bloody Mary. Just I wouldn't drink them all the time, but like like, again, one of those specialty drinks because those frozen margaritas and all that. I feel like that's like the basic. You get the casual party goers with that, right? But I like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I've seen drinks that they might have whatever brown sugar around the rim or just something that you wouldn't think of like Amethyst just said coffee mixed drinks, right? Like just something different, like kind of I fuck with that type of vibe too.
you know what's funny? I can do micheladas all day long. I can't do Bloody Marys.
Okay, I feel
It's
that.
basically it's basically most funny. It's basically the same shit.
Yeah, almost, but that michelado, it got that the rim, it got that sweetness to it and that like spice. So it's different, but almost the same. So I give you that. I don't know if you remember last year when I told you I went to that Mexican cookout. Boy, they had me lit. They kept pouring me up like, hey, you want another one? You want another one?
Hmm.
I was like, fuck, I gotta drive back. Like
And
I'm
those,
with it.
yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Just eat a plate before you leave. You'll be fine.
Hell yeah, had massive
Eat a
plates.
couple plates. You'll be fine.
Hell yeah. But tonight's SmackDown, it was kind of lit. Like I ain't going front. The way it ended kind of made up for the like. I seen the beginning of the show start off with Tiffy. She didn't. I don't know if it was something new. She dropped a Tiffy time. I didn't hear that today. Kind of lights just
And
went
the
out.
you talk about in the intro.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. To me, what it kind of looked like is like someone had a brain fart in the truck when they was getting the show started.
yeah, bro. Like I didn't understand what was going on. The lights just went out. I didn't hear her Tiffy time, and next thing you know, she
Like
just
I heard like the tail end of it, but again, like I said, or maybe just that crowd was just white hot.
it could have been that because they kind of erupted before like her music even started playing. Like they was just on their feet at the beginning of the show, so it could have been that too. But yeah, like you told me in the text message, it sounded like everybody getting a little remix of a song. I feel like I didn't recognize her song today as much.
Her
I don't
sounded
know.
different. Bliss's sounded different to me. Um, Fraxium got new music. Was anybody else?
I do feel
I
like
think
there's
that's
somebody else.
everybody.
Yeah,
The Street Profits seems like they added more bass to it, but they changed that one a good while ago.
I like so. Boom. This doesn't tell the whole story because we start off in the ring with Tiffy there, and then Alexa Bliss comes out. Now, how'd you
No,
feel
no,
about the?
before Bliss came out, I was actually enjoying Tiffany's cadence because it seemed like she just came in, boom, immediately in a rhythm. Which usually it's has taken her a minute.
That's
Whereas
true.
now, like I said, maybe it's just again she just woke up on the right side of the bed. That crowd pop just got her, just boosted her just enough to where it wasn't overbearing. But this was smooth for her, and then she was cooking a lot of stuff. Um, But again, when Bliss came out, again, it's like she never left. And even her on the mic, again, she's one of those few that she can't cut a bad promo. She can go with the best of them, man or woman.
Big facts. I think it's a little weird how they're still trying to force this thing with her and Charlotte. Like she mentioned in the promo how she felt bad for Charlotte and XYZ. What was your thoughts on that? Like the sympathy the sympathy for Charlotte from Alexa Bliss there.
It started out a little because I was like, we really go down this road this soon already? And then like I said,
Mhm.
Bliss comes out, and then Charlotte's not long after. Two quick notions. One, I forgot she was in a Money in the Bank qualifier until Tiffany brought it up because I thought it was weird that she came out in her gear. I was like, okay, is she doing the Randy Orton thing, or she just comes out ready to talk hands whenever? All right, I'll rock with that for a little bit.
Right,
But then,
right.
but again, we had the match, and I'll get to that here in a moment. But as far as her promo, Charlotte even seemed like she's back in her rhythm as well. Because again, yeah, crowd's booing the shit out of her, and she's like, yeah, whatever. Y'all still, I'm the 14 time champion, blah blah blah, and the usual spiel. And it was the greatest hits, but again, maybe I don't know if it's her or whoever is producing the back that's going, yeah, we will just keep you heel. Everyone's lives are a lot easier when you're a heel.
I mean, it could be the case. Like, and I think, like you said, she's getting that rhythm back. I like how her promo came off better today. I feel like she stumbled when she first picked up the mic to say something as she was coming down the ramp, but then she got herself back together. Like she quickly got reminded of who she is. But the more important part to me was the fact that Tiffy, she can't, like you said, this promo, she said, you guys were the standard. I'm the upgrade. I said, oh my God.
Not only that, called them seasoned.
Oh my God. No, I was like,
I
bro,
was all in with the new, and I'm like, okay, that was clever. I like that one.
for real. I was like, holy macaroni. It was getting real.
And again, she kind of snuck Charlotte again, saying like, You're a hypocrite.
Yes.
You
Money in the
want the
bank.
easy one at the top, but here you are doing a qualifier. I thought this was beneath you.
Again, like this is they've had a few interesting matchups for the qualified matches. I feel like this one was an interesting one. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte. It seems like you're looking to pair them up somehow. Cause
Um,
nothing about this gives me bad vibe, especially like later on in the night where you see Alexa talking to Lily and Charlotte is taking it like she's talking to her. Like, what did you say? But I didn't take it like she was pressing her. I took it more like that resonated with Charlotte a little bit what she was hearing. So you know what I mean? It's an interesting dynamic. It got me intrigued to say the least. I just hope that the fans don't shit all over it because then it's gonna make it awkward if they continue to keep pushing it like they're doing now.
just let it breathe. They don't.
Yeah.
These two, meaning Charlotte and Bliss, have been in the game long enough and are smart enough to let this simmer out. It'll all start to make sense in a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And when it works, you'll thank them later. But what I also thought was interesting was as Tiffany finishes her promo, and again, this is what I remember. We had a qualifier match. Who comes in at or down the ramp as Tiffany leaves?
Julia.
Miss Beautiful Madness herself. And I was like, oh, that's right. She's technically been called up now on SmackDown. We broke up her and Roxanne. Which I still don't know how I feel about that already because that was kind of growing on me.
But no, I'm gonna say this though about that. I think this is how she should have been presented from the jump. Like,
Oh, I agree. But
yeah,
again, option Anthony that they're starting with, I was starting to like that.
I mean, there's still room for it though because we're gonna see what happens with them in this Money in the Bank match. Like, I mean, obviously they're gonna be on separate brands, but
Oh, that's right, they're both in it, huh? Oh no,
yeah.
she. That's right, no, that's no. Who won, Julia or Bliss? I forget. I missed the finish.
Oh, you're right. It was Bliss that won this.
I want to say Bliss won,
Yeah, you're
but
right.
still.
Oh, Bliss won. Yeah. Wait, no. This is the
Oh no,
one where
I
Zelina's
thought
in this
Zelina,
one.
Zelina was in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Julia won this one. Which yeah, that's why I had a little bit of issue with this match because I said, okay, Julia beat Zelina, if I'm not mistaken. Like she got
correct.
the victory over Zelina. So now you just had your United States champion take a loss. But yeah, it was in a triple threat match, whatever the case may be. But she took the pinfall. She doesn't qualify. And now where does this leave like Julia in the stand? So I'm thinking automatically
Oh,
she's gonna go take that belt from Zelina. Like that's where I'm
no,
going.
no, well, wait. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Now it's not a problem, but I feel like y'all kind of just threw it right there in our face. Like,
Well, given what we learn later in the evening, she may not be champion after this weekend
right, that yeah, I mean,
because we learn we now have a fifth match for tomorrow's festivities in a rematch for the Women's United States Championship. We have Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green.
it should be fun.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I got Chelsea getting the belt back,
Mm,
and then maybe it sets up Chelsea versus Michin, or maybe even Chelsea versus Piper at SummerSlam.
mm.
Or again, who knows who we get from the draft?
That'd be something right there. Mm.
Again, there's a lot of matches we can still run back with that. Which again, I'm going to say this right now, and I know I've touched this in past shows, but SmackDown has done a lot better with their women's secondary belt than Raw has. It seems like Raw, they're still in the starting blocks, and SmackDown is just lapping them 4 or 5 times over by now already.
Yeah,
They made the U.S. belt look a lot more important than Lyra and her IC belt, which again I thought it would have been somewhat close. That- Again, I don't know what's going on with that right now. It's mind boggling. I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather, given what we're seeing out of this version of Becky Lynch, I'd rather see this Becky on SmackDown.
okay, switch it
Can
up.
can you imagine this? I don't give a fuck level of Becky with Charlotte trying to play babyface. That might be no, I take that back. That might be actually physical bullying. But still, like again, get that Becky over here. You can keep Charlotte over here, but again, it's like I don't know. It seems like that you take Io, Liv, and Rhea out of Raw. SmackDown really doesn't have anything if you think about it.
Yeah, it's hard
Or
to
or, or,
disagree.
or,
Like,
or am I missing anybody that would be like a top woman?
I think it's safe to say that I'm just waiting on Stephanie to get called up to Raw, and I know that's only one person, but it'd definitely be a splash over there for Raw.
You got Stephanie, you got Jada, you got Soul, Lola, Kalani,
Yup.
Thea. Delta or Zarya, excuse me.
And listen, I don't know what's been going on with NXT. I don't know if it's they're suffering from the whole stuff that's surrounding WWE, the whole negative cloud from WrestleMania, The Rock. It could be a multitude of things. Just wrestling in general, just feel like it's in a weird spot right now where I would say, like, to me, TNA probably like, and then AEW tried, but TNA is probably like the most consistent right now with what they doing.
I think wrestling in all of North America is in a weird spot right now,
Yeah,
primarily because, like I say, shit runs downhill. So I think because the top two companies being WWE and yes AEW, they're in awkward phases. Everyone else is struggling. Also, again, we talked about all the shows that are on this weekend. Double or Nothing is this Sunday.
that's crazy. Yeah,
And again, also, if you're like me who doesn't really sleep, you also have New Japan and the Best of Super Juniors. TNA's wrapping up a show right now. I think they have another one this weekend too, or at least a house show. But yeah, there's a lot of wrestling this weekend, folks. And as AC reminded me, we're gonna run this all back in 2 weeks.
man. What do you feel like is slacking right now? Is it the lack of continuity? Is it? I mean, like you go to the other side, the AEW, like you got Scorpio Sky talking about he don't know why he's not being used. Like we got, it's so many things going on. Like
It's two different
Streets, what's
issues.
good, Brody?
What's good, buddy?
Shit, chilling, bro.
Peace.
My
Happy
man, I'm
birthday,
late. What
my
up,
brother.
man? What's good, baby? How you doing?
Nah, you
Happy
good?
birthday, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, happy
appreciate you
birthday,
guys,
bro.
man. You know it, man. I'm gonna go give me a shot right now. Damn it, y'all. We got to turn up again. I gotta take a shot with my brother.
There you go. Is it me or it sound like he on the radio?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I thought I was tripping.
No, but yeah,
Hold on.
yeah, but I think for each show, it's two different issues with WWE. It's not so much they're lacking. I think the biggest thing is what the Bloodline was able to do for the last 5 years, raise the bar so high. Yes, the Judgment Day featuring the Terror Twins got it close, but aside from those two stories, everything's felt like it's been subpar. Whereas with AEW, you have a fuckload of talent with no leader, no one that knows how to steer the ship. You have folks that are capable of doing roles to aid you, yet for the last 5 years, you've put them in roles that should be beneath them.
Or is there a really bigger issue in, like, we done seen as many stories, like both companies pride themselves on not taking weeks off. They bring us year-long television. Have we seen everything? Like we done seen the kitchen sink, people on fire, all kinds of stuff. Like, are we expecting too much as a fan base?
Well, I'll touch on Amethyst's point first. That's the problem. It shouldn't be just him. It shouldn't be just The Rock. That's the big problem. Everyone else that again, or maybe like I said, Triple H folks looks at who puts in the work. Maybe there's too many guys that are getting transparent or complacent, which is why we're seeing all this stuff happen. Which is probably why we're seeing most of the cut be NXT folks. And just to make an example of the main roster, that hey, you thought Vince was cutthroat, if you guys are slacking, we got billions of dollars waiting for us in a couple of years. Don't fuck this up. Now
Mm.
we gotta go. Now we gotta do the UFC model for shows. Now we gotta look into trading cards. We gotta look into mobile games. We may revamp something with 2K to get our guys a certain way. We
Rumors:
got
Las
this money
Vegas may be the
coming.
new home.
Let's talk about that.
Las Vegas may
That,
be the
that
new home of WrestleMania. Is the rumor mill?
Well, the news that broke earlier this week surprised everybody. And guys, if you guys been sleeping under a rock, WrestleMania will no longer be in New Orleans.
Oof, bro, we in
Eh,
uncharted territories. Never in my lifetime have I
We
heard
just,
a
we just
WrestleMania be
had the
canceled.
boss announce. We just had the boss announce the show a little over a month ago, and now like that is gone. And now we have Vegas saying, "Oh, we'll get you guys a residency." You got Saudi saying, "Hey, how much for WrestleMania?" You got London going, "Hey, how much for WrestleMania?" You got countries all over the world saying, "Hey, how much for WrestleMania?" Now again, it's this is beautiful for the spectacle in itself, but again, we've never had them relocate us from a city a month after they broke the news of the venue. Now, I'm sure they'll probably shape it up as, oh, Rock was just talking out of his ass, and then Rock will flip some shit right back on Triple H, and the conspiracy of that Civil War will thicken. But again,
If they go back to Vegas, my theory is that The Rock set this up so that he can show the universe. Y'all didn't want me at WrestleMania 41. What was it? 42
you,
41.
you gonna get me at 42.
So right, and I'm gonna show you this show for
But,
me
but,
was
you,
better.
but here's the problem with that. It's gonna end up being, I'll give you WrestleMania, but you got to come to me.
Hmm.
That's how it's gonna look at come off at because of what's happened essentially since WrestleMania,
Bro, that's
the road
such
to
a like
WrestleMania 40.
you mentioned it. The partnership with the UFC, they're gonna fucking run so much events, UFC, WWE, Vegas, so much things is gonna be or like, bro, man,
And now again, in hindsight, I'm sure everything will be fine, but it's the manner in which it's being rolled out is what doesn't sit well with me personally.
now I kind of agree with Bully a little bit, but then I don't. He said for the people watching at home, the WrestleMania like location shouldn't matter. But for me, I'm gonna be honest. Growing up,
I
it
mean,
did matter,
it shouldn't, but again, people are going to question, well, why did The Rock say we're going to have it here? If again if that was never the finalized location, if which again could be a likely scenario.
bro. This is like WrestleMania is supposed to be like the Super Bowl of the WWE. Imagine if the Super Bowl just stood in one city. That's what the potential we're looking at. And then the other
Well,
potential, like you said, the overseas thing, like to the real highest bidder. Like, okay, we already
you
canceled on one city.
you ready to go a little deeper?
Man,
It's not. It's the events itself are going to be UFC style, but overall, you know what format they're really going to emulate?
what's that?
Coachella, so that festival style. Because again, Mania, the main show's 2 nights, but they're there a full week anyways,
Bro, that
and,
WWE, bro,
and they
that's a
bring the
start.
conventions. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a couple weeks, the Javits Center is getting Fan Fest again.
Yeah, whatever they advertise today on TV look cool. They're gonna have the superstars compete and whatever that fan shit is. Do like little
Yeah,
competition. Look cool. It's alright. The fan games or whatever it's called.
I could have misheard Tessitore, but I think he said Cody and Cena will both be in these events. I think I could have heard wrong, but I think that's what he said.
I mean, I've been seeing videos on YouTube. Cena been doing a lot of like conventions lately.
Well,
I'm surprised.
what I'm getting at is they've this year more than ever. Now, they are actually this year more than ever. They've gotten more into the social media aspect of promotion. So yeah, we saw certain stuff happen on Twitter and others like TikTok and Instagram and stuff. Do they do we end up seeing angles happen at the Javits Center?
They should have been doing that. I mean,
But again, now is the perfect time. So I'm getting that.
yeah, I don't see why not. Like, look, this is why I was having this conversation with my people earlier. Like, I asked my boy, like, yo, what you want to do at one of them conventions? Like, I would love to go, bro. But I watched the video. Dude said he spent 5 bands, bro, just to go in there, wait for
Oh,
mad
I
long.
bet.
Yeah, like, and then he said Cena was nice. It wasn't even Cena. It was the people around him rushing him, like, making this shit feel awkward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
like,
yeah, because again, everyone's paying for a percentage of their time,
yep.
and you want to push as many people through that line to maximize the revenue.
But again, it's like I kind of feel the consumers like you should only be like selling a certain amount of tickets for said meet and greet. It shouldn't be like, oh, there's like like line could go out the door if damn near needed be, and then if he gotta leave and it's over, like you know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah.
But that's the
Or,
business out of it. That's yeah.
another thing would be what's the so again for the meet and greets, for example, what do you think is the probability of folks paying for essentially more than one meet and greet? So they just get their photo, then go back in line, do it all over again.
Yep, I could see that. Like a pack, whether it's a package or they buying separates.
So do you think maybe they should put a limit on how many you can purchase?
Yeah, because you want to make that experience, especially if it's going to be that much money, you want to make that experience feel just a slight bit more intimate. You know what I'm saying? Like more than just a like a photo op. Like you just take the picture with Cena like he's a fucking statue and get out of here.
Hmm.
Go wait for your picture over there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy work. Like it
But
seems
yeah,
like
but
meet and greets at the arenas, like what that WWE does, they seem to be a little bit more like. I mean, I've heard how they don't let you meet like the top tier superstars, right? Like you're not always gonna get lucky to meet like I guess Roman, Cody, but like whoever's available, like they'll take their
or
time out.
no, or those are the ones that again when they're there, those meet and greets tickets are short printed. Those are because they're gonna you can charge like 4 times for say if it's Roman for example, you can charge Roman like $1,000 and have Otis maybe $200.
Yeah,
That's probably how they'll view it. Well, I think Rio was like for Mania was like 800 something like that.
Woo!
man.
800 for real? Look, look, look. Me and HD, look, we paying though. Bros, you
Talk
paying it
about it.
too, look. Look, look. You know, just because mommy's is always on top. Look, I got this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me say some shit.
Talk about it.
I got this because of my brother HD.
We were just
You hear
speaking
me?
about that Hennessy, bro. You missed
Look,
Hey,
a whole
look.
spiel.
And that's how you know it's genuine, bro. I missed the whole spiel, and I drink Hennessy and shit. But my nigga HB always he be on the Henny beat though. He be on it, he be having it, and I said, you know what? Anything's possible. HD, you feel me? Anything's possible. So I had to get
There it
some.
is.
Turn up with my boy one time, take some shots. I got some wine too. You feel me? 'Cause, you know we get
you
older.
bougie bastard.
When we get older, bro, I gotta be able to,
Oh yeah, he getting right over there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm washing it down. When you get older, you take a shot and you wash it down with some wine. You feel me? Plus, usually when you get older, you want to sip wine with a little shorty and something. My girl sipping, so give her a reason to drink if I'm drinking too. That's some
Hell
game
yeah.
for you young players.
No,
You feel me?
no. My girl, she going to drink whiskey.
Whiskey? Okay. Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna say I'm drinking out the bottle. Excuse my French, but it is what it
Oh
be.
hell yeah.
Hello.
Oh hell yeah.
Ooh.
Shoot, I think you bullied HG so much you don't want to show the Zordon head on camera.
doing, man? Feels good to be back here, man. Tomorrow, main event. Ooh wee. What's good?
You,
I think it's gonna
y'all
be
want to hear some?
crazy.
Y'all
You
want to hear
said you
something
was gonna be
hilarious?
what?
No, so I think it's
Yes.
just gonna be an entertaining show right there tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I do want to hear something hilarious. What's up, though, Rosie? My bad.
Next Friday, at this time, it's supposed to be 105 in my city.
Jesus
Ooh,
Christ.
I ain't gonna lie. You live up. You must live up north.
I'm in the
Yeah,
valley.
Valley. Yeah. You. It's a dry heat though, huh?
Oh, it's
Cause when
brutal.
I was at
But,
the when
but
I
no, no, no. But lately, we've been getting like honestly like borderline Boston levels of humidity.
really,
Yeah, it's
cause
been
I'm
weird.
it's really humid out here on the East Coast where I'm at. It's
Yeah, because
really
was it?
humid,
It
like
got
sticky.
to like 95 the other day over here, but it was 95, and it was like 60% humidity.
Nah, so it feel like way hotter.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, I did some
It
stupid
was
shit like that
rough.
before. I did some Martin Lawrence shit. I decided to go running on one of them heat index days. I about killed myself. I was dying for water. I was pouring sweat. I was hot about to pass out. It was like
Hell yeah.
118 outside. Oh, I'm tripping, bro.
Did you ring out them dreads afterwards?
Man, I didn't have dreads. I had straight hair back then, just straight hair.
I
So I
was
didn't
about to
have to
say
wash my hair.
you had to ring it out one by one.
Yeah, I just my hair used to be just straight, like a wrestler, like I don't know, like Roman
Carrying
Reigns.
Cross.
Yeah,
Okay, Roman Reigns.
like Roman Reigns, like Karrion Cross. Yeah, my hair's not like no more black people's
I'm
hair
giving
though.
that
My hair's like
Carrying
real
Cross right.
straight. Yeah,
Honestly, you got the good hair, huh?
yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, I had it out, and then like, yeah, I just dreaded it. I'm gonna try something new.
You see
Cheers,
Yeah,
today's
Rosie.
but
episode, Streets?
Yeah, I caught it from 9 to 11. I missed the first hour.
Okay, okay,
I was
okay.
gonna say because okay, what we talking about they opened up with Tiffany, Bliss, and Charlotte in a little promo battle.
Really, what they
Mm-hmm.
had to say? What was going on with
Tiffany called them old.
that? That's funny. I mean, she. That's funny.
Well, so, okay, she called them seasoned, but everyone knew what she was talking about.
Yeah, of course. You know what you're talking about.
Bro,
But
that was
okay.
probably Tiffany's best promo.
You say
Yeah,
who's
it was
oh so
Tiffany's best promo.
okay. What
She
makes you
seemed a lot, she
what
seemed
made
a lot
her
more
bet?
comfortable. She seemed a lot more comfortable than she's been in months.
Okay, so she's a lot more comfortable on the mic. She ain't really, hesitating. She's going all you know what, like solo, like not saying that solos was bad, but I'm saying what HD, was saying last week. I went back and watched it afterwards, and I was like, oh, it was a good promo for solo when he cut him off. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing him start to kind of pick up on that, and he's starting to kind of dive into the character more and becoming better with his speeches. So I'm digging it
Hmm
for sure.
and then after that, Charlotte, Zelina, and Julia put on a really good qualifier match.
Yeah, I seen them come out. That's where I think I came in at. I seen them coming out. But I didn't get the chance to see who they was fighting. But that's dope.
Yeah, they put on a good match. I'm glad they separated Julia from Raw with that whole little
Hmm.
tag team. They was referring them to the NXT girls. So I'm glad
Yeah,
that they finally established like, okay, they called up. This is where they at, officially signed, better presentation, and yeah. It was kind of like confusing. Like in the beginning of the promo, they had Alexa, Charlotte, and Tiffy out there, but it ended up being a triple threat between Julia, Zelina Vega, and Charlotte. So it was a lot going on in that opening promo.
that's
I
pretty
I,
dope.
I give it a B though. I fucked with it. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
And then
Out of
But
this
all,
here,
but also actually we didn't touch on Bliss's promo work in that because even she was just like I said, it's like she never left. She was on point. What the first I tip to Tiffany, you and her are a lot alike. Both of us are I'm a former women's champion. We both won Money in the Bank. We both cashed in on Nia Jax, but Nia was my friend. You guys couldn't stand each other. So when I cashed on her, it was basically all love. When I went and cashed in on you. It's on site.
Yeah.
And she pretty much touching on something that we already spoke on. Like Tiffy should be healed, but she's presented as babyface. Like
Yeah,
she's
yeah, I feel
fake
like that
Nia
too.
Jax. Like you saying, Alexa Bliss touched on that. Like you basically snuck Nia Jax as to where me and her was cool, genuinely. Man, I don't know. I'm watching it closely because I feel weird about the situation. Like, where are they going with this? Like,
What are they
but it
trying to
is
like come
intriguing.
about this year?
Yeah, I say that at the very least they got my intrigue with that storyline because.
But
Okay. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
also, I don't know if you caught it, but to me, on the promo, it sounded like Bliss. Her voice was a little bit deeper than what it usually is.
It sounded very normal of a tone she had rather than like a scary Wyatt Six, Alexa Bliss vibe. She sounded very kind of normal.
But yeah, there was there's a little bit of baritone in there.
Hmm.
Is there a certain woman you want to see with the championship out of all those? Or do you want to see Tiffany retain the title?
No, but again, who she matched up with?
I mean, just out of all the girls, that were there tonight.
No, because I could see Bliss back with the belt.
Yep.
I could see Julia with the belt in a few months. I could
Yeah, we'll
easily
see.
see
She
Charlotte back
came
with the
in.
belt.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell, I
If
could
you
even see Chelsea. I could see Chelsea Green sneak her way into that picture somewhere down the road.
okay, you know what? I just seen a video on Chelsea Green where she was battling. I think it was Penta,
Oh,
and
that
they
was
was
Lucha Underground.
yeah, they was going. At it. And I seen people saying like, we need this version of Chelsea Green in the WWE right now. Like, she was going crazy, but I was thinking that same thing. Like, it's almost like she's holding back. Like she's, they're
Well,
not letting
again,
her
that
really
side
get
of
off.
her, she's probably telling Triple H, "No, you got to pay me a premium for that.
Hey, Triple H need to go ahead and
My side is cool, but I need action for that side of me.
hey,
You
look,
got to pay for
he
that."
need to go ahead and get in his bag then. Triple H need to go ahead
Uh-huh.
and, what I'm saying, get in that bag.
But again, you don't want to bust out that against anybody.
Yeah,
You got to save that. It's got to be the right opponent for the right price.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
Speaking of right place, your thoughts on Mania no longer being in NOLA?
Hold on, what happened now?
Mania is no longer in New Orleans.
Wow, why? And when did this happen?
What, yesterday, FT?
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that. What happened?
Oh, that was just a big announcement.
Yes, the city of New Orleans came out and announced it. I feel like I haven't seen nothing from
Wow.
WWE's PR team about it, so it's kind of a weird situation.
So hold on, the
So
city of New Orleans came out and said no.
No, they didn't say
well,
no. They were just saying
it ain't
WWE.
happening there.
Yeah,
Mm,
they basically broke the news that WWE canceled on them.
wow, I wonder what happened. I wonder if they couldn't pay him or
Well, I got a couple theories.
okay.
One is the common one that with WWE, no matter what, they go to the highest bidder. Now, once that news broke, within the hour, it was word that London was hitting up for Mania, Saudi's hitting up for Mania, Mexico, everyone's hitting up for Mania. Vegas said we'll give y'all a residency
Hmm.
because y'all got the Dana White hookup.
Yeah.
But my second theory is maybe when Rock made the announcement, he was just talking at his ass, and in all actuality, New Orleans may have been in the bid for Mania, but they never closed the deal because in the manner in which this broke, leads me to believe that there's a chance that maybe the deal was never finalized, and again, like HG said, that WB just flaked on the whole contract.
I mean, so do you think they'll take Mania across seas or out of the country? Or do you think it'll, stay here?
Word is they're
Again,
gonna run it back in Vegas. as of now. Like people got their theories and this and that, but
Running it back in Vegas, huh? Back to back years in Vegas. That's crazy.
yep.
Well, how many years consecutively were they at Barclays?
No, I don't think they went back to back in Barclays.
Because there was a time where it seemed like they were there every few months for Mania and SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was the running right there. They would do that because they had that agreement where Brooklyn has SummerSlam
Mhm.
for like 4 years or whatever. Then they took it to LA, and then yeah,
Yeah.
now
And now we're basically gonna do that with Mania. And again, it's gonna go to whoever's gonna fork over the most fuck you money, and then they're still gonna charge $1,000 for an average ticket. Now you have to tack on airfare. It's gonna be how
That's
bad do you
fucking
want to
crazy.
go?
yeah, like
We
I'm
we,
not
we get
gonna lie, they need to start giving free shit out. Like I went to a Survivor Series in Brooklyn. They gave us the towels that said we were here and all that. Like I don't be seeing the fans walk around with nothing. Like you know what I mean? Like everything got to be purchased, bro. Like now
They already
I
maybe
making
get it,
hella
but
this
money.
thing.
I'm saying like if you paying top dollar, like bro. I looked at the Knicks tickets tonight, right? Bro, ain't no way I was paying 600 to sit up at the top to watch these niggas lose tonight. Ain't no way.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no way,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Fat Joe said it. I gotta let the fat flow, bro. I gotta sit home and let the fat flow. Like I
Gotta stay
can't,
home
bro.
and let the fat
No, but
flow,
look
huh?
at it this way. Like my pops used to say, you watch the game at home, you beat the traffic already.
Right, right.
Facts, 'cause, yeah,
Like that
that's the
shit's a
thing for
fucking
sure.
gaff, bro. No funny shit. I don't know though. I feel like it depends. Like if you're able to get the same, like let's say you know what's the worth. Like Street, you went to that Raw, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
You pay whatever you pay, but you know, okay, this is a WrestleMania, so I could add maybe like at most 200, 300 to this same seat. You say a whole like 700 more? What are we doing? That's fleecing.
No, that's y'all exactly. That's y'all being greedy.
I'm so laughing at the fact that what Shoes paid for his pack, I paid just for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to be honest with you, bro. To be honest, if I'm paying that much, I want a meet and greet. I want shirts. I want towel memorabilia to
I
take
want free
home.
parking at least.
Free parking. Look, I want them to have concessions. Like SD said, hey, give out free stuff. Gifts during like the between matches and stuff. Throw out shit to the crowd. I want
Give
the
me a
wrestlers.
lanyard, like
Yeah,
I don't care.
lanyard. I
Give me
want to, like
something.
you said, something, dog. I want to leave with something cool, and it ain't hurting y'all to do that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't
If
gotta
I
be
if I,
super
if I
expensive.
saw if I somehow managed to get a seat behind Cole and McPhee at a Raw, all I ask for is one drink and free parking.
That's not
That's
hard.
it.
That's another thing too, though. Like some arenas got the free parking and shit. Like you drive to these shows out here in New York, they ain't. Nah, I mean that shit don't come with the parking, bro. You gotta pay the parking separate. Like
Suffering. Hell no.
yeah, bro. Like
That shit trash.
it's
Nah,
like
I
like
ain't
when you
gonna
go to Mets to the city field out there, they got a parking lot for people that drive over there, so you good.
So you
But
don't have to
like
worry about that shit, huh? So it's already taken
yeah,
care of.
right type shit. You feel me? Like they got their public parking, but
That shit matter.
bro, Madison Square don't got that. Barclay don't got that.
What?
Nah,
Huh.
I tripping, bro.
yeah, bro.
What
They
happened?
big time
I was
tripping.
reading
Like
Tony's comments in the chat.
Yeah, bro.
what time? What he say?
Oh, he's back, but a different. Nah, this is the multiverse version, bro.
Right.
We've had Tony Khan in the chat before. He said it's me again. It's him again. This is just a different timeline version.
Okay, okay. What up,
Okay.
Tony
So
Khan?
now here's the test. Does this version of the multiverse remember which episode he was on this show?
It was that great one time. I remember that
It,
one
it,
time we decided to do
it
something
would be it would
special.
it would be in his browser history if he didn't delete it.
Man. Oh no, it's still there.
Yeah, so again, if this is really him, it's there.
The
Yeah.
YouTube episodes do not get deleted unless YouTube comes up with some new policy that we cannot store videos. But
And
them
then
things
again, we're
are
gonna
up there,
figure out a way to
Tony.
do it anyway. We're gonna figure a way out anyway.
Yeah, they're in the lot, baby.
You hear me?
But
Like
like
Linus instead of taking, I will find you.
I had that picture up earlier with Tommaso, cause that was the next match right there. See, shit like this, I'm gonna be honest, that match kind of like threw me because, all right, bro, like the tag team division is getting a spotlight with the Street Profits versus Fraxium. I shouldn't have to see Tommaso Ciampa versus who was that? Who was
Well,
he going against right there?
it
Like, I
was
don't even
it was I think it was
Saban.
Saban.
Yeah, like
No, but again,
Boo boo.
this is where you can blame yourself for falling asleep after the first 15 minutes of the show because their program respectfully has had nothing to do with the titles. It's the fact that in Gargano's and Ciampa's minds, I guess the machine guns are jealous of them, and Fraxium is up the buttholes of the machine guns.
now I think where I'm getting at, I'm good with one tag team segment for the night.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I'm
Uh,
getting at.
yeah. I
oh, so
don't
you
think
feel
it's gonna be.
oversaturated.
Yeah,
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 yeah, like you know what I'm saying. I
yeah.
don't feel like there was enough big superstars. Like, okay, Randy lost to like, okay, why where's he been at? What are you doing, Randy?
Yeah, I'm about to say, where's Randy Orton been? And then got
Okay, Cody's
spanked and
not
put his
here.
tail
Like,
between his legs, and he been gone.
okay, like maybe tomorrow, maybe because it's him and R Truth. Maybe he comes to blow R Truth's match. I don't know.
So
Like,
That would
now
be doo doo, bro. That would be doo doo,
come on,
bro. It's
bro.
like y'all wasting
you you you,
time.
you could
Y'all
you
wasting
could have
airspace.
you could have brought
Time.
Cody out.
Wasting airtime, not airspace,
I
but
would pre-
airtime. Space on the air. That shit.
Georgia boy.
When do y'all think
You,
Cody gonna make his
you
return?
probably next week or the go home before Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank maybe since it's
right. It
LA.
could be the very last entrant into the Money in the Bank on some surprise shit. Like, hello, I'm back.
Or they could have brought in WCW and TNA legend from Savannah, Georgia, the Disco Inferno.
Boy, Disco.
Not Disco Inferno, baby.
Oh yeah.
That nigga used to
Can
hurt
you
me.
imagine
Pulling his
him
pants.
in a segment with Miz and Mello?
No, I
How
can't
great that would
imagine
have
that.
been.
But
That's funny.
for shits and giggles,
Yeah, for shits and giggles for real, because he was a
shits and
fool.
giggles. You feel me? Like,
He was a fool.
yeah, I think it was like
Disco
it
Inferno
started
was
to
cool though.
begin to dwindle into a lackluster smack. Like personally, I don't care to see DIY versus um the Motor City Machine Guns. The only thing that came out of it was that they got Candice LeRae in the mix. I feel like
Now they do.
right, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's what came out that match right there.
I don't know
Champa
why
faking
she
at
wasn't
the
there from
end.
the beginning.
What happened?
I don't know why she wasn't there from the beginning.
Tommaso Champ is all elite. I'm screaming.
Now,
Yeah, it's
in all honesty, I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on right now for this because this
Go ahead.
one,
Put it
HB,
on,
this one's
baby.
up there. This one's up there. So, what if there's a world in which we get Theory and Waller back on SmackDown whenever we get this draft? Okay,
Yeah.
you have Candice LeRae try to convince Theory that they're gonna reform the way, but with Ciampa in as well, and instead of turning Theory babyface, we end up turning Waller babyface. He hates it. I can see it on his face.
Cause I mean I'm cool with the way part. I've been calling that for a while, but the Waller face. He gonna have a lot
No,
of
no,
work.
no, no, no. No, the reason why I say that is because again, like we see the cheering that he's getting right now. Actually, no. What will be kind of fucked up is again we're trying to get DIY heel right now, right? Or we're not. They're currently heels, correct?
Really Hills. And the fans are
If,
just cheering for Jerry on Raw.
yeah. So with that being said, well, I'm gonna get to Raw here in a bit too. But my question is, if DIY has a role in turning or splitting theory, who's getting the babyface reaction? Or they're just gonna let's just fuck over Grayson Waller real quick, see if we can handle it.
Can they see the shirt? They can't see the shirt.
Nah.
If you back up, they can.
There you go.
Oh,
Rest in, happy birthday, Bray Wyatt, man. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt.
Oh,
You know
that's why
what's
they had the birthday cake at the end. Okay.
bro? It's so crazy. I put the shirt on without even realizing though. Like that's how the universe works. Like there you
Thanks.
go, the mask on. You got the fiend up. Like
Dang,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. We got the howdy joint right here.
Hey, that's cold.
You
That's
feel
cold.
me? I got the lily mask up there hanging.
I want to
yes,
get
sir.
the Samoan werewolf mask.
Yeah.
I'm mad that WWE sold out of the El Grande Americano mask.
Did they?
Yeah, because they
Why?
pulled them off the website altogether.
That's
Why?
wild.
Yeah, if you look now, they're not on the website.
Why though? That's bullshit. Leave it alone. People buying it. Like,
They had a number, and that was that.
yes,
Because I would have bought two of them.
You know what I do think had some legs on it. If I just want to just talk one last tag team thing before we move on, because I
what's
don't know
that?
where this landed in the show, but Santos Escobar, bro, that guy, man, like no funny shit. I really feel like he give me the cinema vibes of the
No,
W.
you don't watch their promo?
Yeah, the film vignette where when they was drinking wine and shit,
Yeah,
I
bro.
did
That's
see
what I'm
that.
saying. It's money,
I
bro.
saw
It's
that. Yeah, I
money.
saw that. Yeah,
That's why I
because
didn't know you
and
guys caught it.
also
It's money.
I caught that. They was sipping the
this
wine
isn't
at the very end. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
this isn't the first match announced for Worlds Collide, is it?
Oh, that's right. I think it is though. That's the first one I seen like
Because that's
formally.
gonna be one hell of a match.
I yeah, I forgot everybody name. El Hijo de
And Igor the Dr. Wagner Jr. I think it was Pagano, and who was the third guy? Let's see,
Clown. It was Clown.
Psycho Clown.
Psycho Clown. There we go.
So,
Oh, that.
so these are basically three of the biggest guys in Mexico.
Mm, I
Dr. Wagner
know.
Jr. That's the guy that I always thought was WWE bound because he'd been working with Noah, but now that he's going to be in there through this AAA deal, it's got that much better.
Presentation is everything. Like I'm be honest, like they threw them up on the screen. I felt like they was in WWE for years. Like it ain't like you know what I mean. I don't know. It just felt like an easy transition. It didn't feel like I don't want to take shots, but I'm gonna take one. It didn't feel like just when AEW throw up unfamiliar faces. Like they didn't give us no background, but it just felt like it belonged. I'm not gonna lie. It just felt like it belonged. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. WWE, you know what I'm saying? Like they just do it. They do it ways that other places can't. That's why you want to go there at the end. Like,
Hey, actually, did we mention that we also have NXT Battleground this weekend?
nah. This weekend
What's
too.
up?
Like,
What's up? I
It's
know.
it's the same day as Double or Nothing,
oh, okay, I could see that
Wow.
on Sunday then. Okay, yeah.
and this card is insane.
Well, for NXT,
Yes, you got Sol Ruka versus Kalani Jordan. You got Oba Femi versus this is Miles Osborne. Yeah, no Miles Bourne. You got Sean Spears' faction versus
the culling.
Hank.
That
Hank.
name is so
Yeah,
crazy. The culling.
yeah.
Colin.
The culling.
It's Josh Briggs and Hank
Colin
and
is
Tank.
ugly. Hank and
Yo,
Tank.
you seen our boy, our big boy, Jasper
Oh,
Troy?
oh, oh. Well, hold on. You also
Ooh,
got Stacks versus D'Angelo.
Stacks, man. Stacks, why'd you
And,
do
and,
it, Stacks? Damn.
and then also we're
Why'd you
getting
do it?
Jordan Grace versus Stephanie Becker.
I mean, I
This
wouldn't be
card
mad.
is
Jordan
fucking
Grace do
loaded.
that. Yeah.
This card is loaded.
I don't know if they had their match. What about Miles Bourne and Obafemi? Baby Orton.
Uh, and that's what I'm saying. They're on the card too.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, listen, did you see the Jasper Troy though? How you feeling about the LFG winner making his debut on NXT, making a splash?
Okay, let me ask both of you this. What are your thoughts on some of the stuff he said on Twitter?
I ain't peep.
I didn't see. I didn't see. Yeah, what'd he say?
Supposedly, Jacob Fatu wants smoke with him, but Jacob don't want to step to him.
Hold on, hold on,
No,
hold on.
no, no.
Say it
Well,
again. Say
not
it
with
again. Say it
Jasper
again.
Troy. That's somebody else.
Who was that then?
That was that Carver dude that got released from NXT.
I thought it was the same dude.
I was gonna say,
Nah,
who want to
Jasper
smoke with my
Troy, the
boy
dude
Jacob
from
Fatu, bro?
LFG, that big dude that was on Booker T team. This other brother that got beef with Jacob, he got released from NXT. And then
Why you got beef
remember
with
his
Jacob
profile.
though?
Yeah,
Why you
he
got beef with my
deactivated
nigga?
it because he was hating. He was saying, "Oh, all the Samoans is getting love, like everybody on their
Oh
dick."
no, was that dude?
Yeah, they are
Yeah,
though.
it
But
was
why
that
you
dude.
hating on my nigga? Time out.
I,
What? Time out.
Kiana
But think about it.
Carver.
Think about it.
I thought
Them
he, I
niggas been
thought he was different by that from Twitter.
hear me out. Them niggas been putting in work for mad years. So now that they finally getting their fruits of their labor, bro, why you gonna be mad, bro?
Yeah,
Sound like
bro.
you hating. Sound like you hating to me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they getting their time,
I
bro.
thought
But
he was already gone.
ain't
Oh,
their
the dude,
time?
yeah,
Like,
that dude gone from WWE now.
No,
yeah,
no,
so
no, but no, I'm talking about long before the Jacob comments.
Oh, what you said about Buddy? I didn't get to hear that.
I thought he was already gone long before those comments.
before he made the comments about Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of a twofold thing. It happened around the same time.
Also, those just having to resurface or something.
Nah, this second shit was more recent. The shit you talking about, that's more recent. But he said the other shit previous about them being on the Samoan's dick and this and that. Cause you got this section of like Twitter that I be reading and coming across that they feel like they don't feel like the Samoans are hood like that, right? They feel like
Gotcha.
they portraying the image of the
Black
culture.
folks.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. You can say it
hmm
better than I can because I don't want to ruffle no feathers. But
No,
that's
no, we know what
exactly
it
what it.
is. You know what I'm
Nah, you
saying? Yeah,
feel me?
like
That's
the
exactly
culture.
what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
bro, you feel me? So
But
that's what I
when you
read.
grow up around that, when you grow up in Cali and you grow up around that, there's so much that you not the color, but I mean, like you come from the land, from the turf.
That's what I'm saying,
So,
bro. Like you know how it is. I know you from the town. I know Razor from the town, and I'm from the town. So when I look at Jacob Fatu, I know he really bout it. Zilla, you know what I'm saying? I know he really now whether the others like whether they didn't grow up like that, that's not their fault, bro.
but they're not speaking like that.
I mean, the Usos was kind of when they was on their Uso penitentiary back, like they was on their gangster shit a little bit.
But that mean they kind of maybe grew up in Cali. They grew up around that shit.
I think they was in what Texas, Razor, or was it Florida? Texas or Florida? It was one of those
I think it
two.
was Florida with Roman.
Yeah, yeah, facts. And then they trained in Houston, I think, with Booker T. That's what it was.
I thought they trained with oh no, it was the Grills that trained with the Deadlies.
Right. Yep. And the Usos trained with Booker, I think,
Mhm.
because they always
But I
talk
mean,
about that ride to Houston changed their life.
Yeah.
That ride to Houston. But like I said, to me, I don't look at them like that. I'm just saying what the internet's been talking about, and like, you know,
I
that's
think
just
it's
the
dope, bro. I
conversation.
think it's dope. They trying to bring elements that weren't in wrestling to wrestling. You didn't see wrestlers with grills. You didn't see
Mhm.
wrestlers with gold chains and just the
Now
slang,
I
the
ain't gonna
words
front.
that they're
We
using.
had this conversation before. She said, "I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but
Yeah.
we did like you got Montez Ford. He's done but then the problem is people be like, oh, you stereotyping them. Why they gotta have red cups and jewelry and this? Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like you can't win with certain folk.
Well, and
So I
again,
mean,
maybe that's as them want to put the flavor up on their game because again, they represent the culture.
Hmm.
yeah. I was gonna say, I mean, you see Bianca Belair wearing them, a lot of people be
Yeah,
doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just cool that they try to
Yeah,
bring that
because
element
if you're from certain sections,
into
again,
wrestling.
this is the fancy cut for folks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think like you said, a little bit of people hating too. You know what I'm saying? They maybe seeing something take off that maybe if they would have done it, it would have maybe taken off for them too. But they, somebody beat you to the punch.
I mean, listen,
or
it's a lot of weird stuff going on, bro. A lot. Again, this stuff me and Razor was talking about. Karrion Cross just did an interview on Ariel Helwani. He said he believes and had a conversation that people in the company purposely tried to kill his momentum. He don't know why his teammates were fired. He didn't get an answer. Like, there's a lot of funny shit going on. And when I say his teammates,
again, but that's
AOC,
all in the game
or
though.
yeah, but again, that's part of like even down to the stuff. I was shocked a little bit when he said working with the Miz kind of woke him up. Like, nah, he don't want to be doing this. You know, whatever. I don't remember the exact word, but he basically it was like he don't want to be gimmicked up with the Miz and
Yeah.
Especially
Doing
when he
something
got too many
corny.
good years left.
yeah, bro.
He's probably going. I got too many good years left. I don't want to do it on that.
Yeah, and be stuck doing something corny that I'm gonna regret and be watching it cringing later on in life. Like,
Yeah,
why did I do that?
in the later years, sure, but right now,
And then it's not
Yeah.
even his fault. Like he legit got the crowd behind him, bro. Like his merch is selling. Fans been wanting him since before he got fired. Like when he had the bald head, is that Vince butchered him, fucking sabotaged the shit out of his character, bro.
Yeah.
Took away everything that made him lit and gave him some fucking 1993 outfit. You heard? Had him looking like Juggernaut from X-Men, bro. No
no,
bullshit,
fuck that.
Stupid.
He
Yeah.
looked like the stiff from Pulp Fiction.
bro. For real, bro. Like
Stupid.
that shit was so crazy. What was going on with Karrion Cross? And I mean, again, that's why I say wrestling right now. For anybody to complain that the Samoans, whatever, like I just think it's just how shit is booked, bro. They take up what they take up on the show. What makes up the rest of the show? It's not like they out there all damn 3 hours, bro. That shit is
Facts,
just
bro.
Again, like you and I joke about with AEW stuff. It's like you have all these folks that they all do the same, walk and talk very similar, but it's like okay, overall, what separates you in the pack? What makes you different from all of them?
Mhm.
And sometimes, more often, it's just the little things.
and I'm starting to feel like credibility goes along. Like Bobby Lashley, MJF, and Shelton Benjamin were able to transition to AEW in my eyes better than anybody that went from WWE. And I say that because I feel like they faced the uphill battle of going to AEW when it's
You're
at its
you're you're you're,
lowest.
you're missing one.
Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that?
Tony Storm.
Oh, nah, yeah, she's made a wonderful career for herself over there. But I'm gonna say this though, I feel she went over there at a right
For
time
those that
for
say
her.
I don't spew anything positive about AEW.
There you go. We got something. You heard streets. We got something good out of Razor. We got, we got something good out of him. You feel
To be
me?
thankful for that
That's
shit.
something. Oh
Yeah,
man.
bro. When you know how to do like credit, you can't tell Bobby Lashley he's not a tough guy. We've done watched this
Like
guy
what? Come on, man.
fight Bob
That
right. So like when he
that
go out
be.
there, he's this big strong guy,
Mhm.
you know, and he's not getting hurt like that. He's good. He's active. Shelton
You know,
Benjamin used to work out with Brock Lesnar, be his
nigga was huge.
sparring partner. You
Spotters.
feel me?
Mm-hmm.
MVP, street guy, did his
Montavious.
time, did his bid. You feel me? Like credibility. Like feel like if you're gonna be a regular person in this shit, you kind of gotta like Razor say, you can't just be everybody's a first name, last name. We all play video. It's like
Yeah,
you
type
know,
shit. You gotta be a little bit
yeah, like
lower.
back in the day, bro. Everybody that was Brolic wasn't just Brolic. You had superstar all
Correction,
these
Shelton was
Yeah,
Brock's
you
coach.
had say
bro.
what
All the
now?
Brolic dudes. Wait, what you said, Razor?
I said correction, Shelton was his coach.
Right, I heard him say that on with Maven earlier.
Really? I know it.
Yeah, he said coaching, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
yo,
so basically Shelton was like the upperclassman, and therefore he had like basically he was Brock's senpai.
Yeah.
So the animal that Brock is today, we can thank Stone Benjamin for that.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
shit.
that's
Shelton
impressive in
Benjamin's an
itself.
animal
Being able
himself.
to match strength with the beast incarnate, like shit. Fuck.
strength and tenacity
Yeah,
to
bro.
where you actually made him better.
Yeah, that nigga was a beast.
Like, bro, just to touch on what we was getting at, the brolic dudes from the '90s, bro. All of them did something that stood out to me. You have Macho Man Randy Savage, the Ravishing Rick Rude, Superstar Billy Graham, Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? You got Jake the Snake Roberts, Methodical.
The
Like he
British
That's the
wasn't
Rose,
really
baby.
good,
Bulldog.
but who?
That's the Rose, baby.
You feel me? Like, come on, bro. The
The
Nature Boys,
American Dream, baby.
both of the Nature Boys, Buddy Rogers and Ric Flair, like Gorilla Monsoon, like
Monsoon. What you know about that? What you know
George
about the
Even
monsoon?
Hill,
don't forget the rattlesnake.
Boy,
What?
right.
Stunning Steve. You feel me? Like, come on, the
Stunning
Million
Steve
Don't
Dollar
with the
forget
Man,
blonde
Super Bowl.
hair, with the title belt. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I want one of them.
bro. The Heenan family,
The
bro.
Ted
He was
DiBiase belts,
The
nigga.
Heenan
he was the
family,
$1
bro.
belt.
The Heenan, yeah. The Heenan family
The
go crazy.
Like the Don Callis family is lit to me because like he give me vibes of like a Bobby Heenan. No funny. I wish we had something
Mhm.
like that
I
over in
see that.
WWE. Yeah, bro.
But again,
The brain,
You feel me, bro?
the brain,
Don
baby.
Callis.
Blassie, Freddie Blassie. You feel me? Like, come on,
Ooh,
bro.
throw that back.
Like,
So
come on, bro. These legendary
this is
names,
what
bro.
separates Don Callis from anybody that's not Paul Heyman in the WWE, and it's this: he's not afraid to be a character as a manager. I mean, Miz is getting there. I mean, I can see Miz being something like this down the road, but aside from that, it's like again, no one's a genuine character, and then no one really wants to be a manager.
G shit, bro. That's the.
Cause you know if you a
I couldn't
manager,
say
my
it
nigga,
any
you can
better.
hang it up. You a manager, you hanging it up. When you come out on a game, you like a 63. Yeah.
The dude look like a hot dog in a suit, bro. But it's money. With shades on.
I'm
Like
screaming,
this.
bro.
You see he got impersonators at the shows now. He got cosplayers.
Okay,
Come on.
but you see, okay, speaking about, why ain't nobody getting on Miz ass then? They get on they get on Samoans about bringing out the culture. He
I
be
think
like,
it's a
oh,
respect.
it's him.
I think it's a
Artist, I'm
respect thing
him, I'm
too.
him. It's like,
Yeah.
come on,
I
man.
said
Come
he's getting
on,
there.
man.
I said he's getting there.
I ain't knocking him. I ain't knocking the Miz. He's doing his thing, but I think it's a good thing for the whole company, man. I think it's dope.
I think Miz, this is more of
You
a
fucking with
respect
that Drake
thing.
change, huh?
They
I feel like
shitted on
Miz,
him.
yeah, I feel like Miz is the new Jericho. I don't know
I
why
see
I think
that.
that.
I
Put
can I
people
can see
over,
that.
kind of there, put
It,
people over. He's
well,
last year doing his
I'm
thing.
not. I'm not going that far because
well,
Miz
I'll go with it on this
hasn't been that
regard.
many.
Well, they said Jericho put the most people over,
I'll go with it on this regard.
so
Look
that's what
look
I'm
at the
saying. Like,
times. Look at the times that he's reinvented himself.
I just think
All the shit he's made work.
I just think Miz is the consummate professional. Like he's just that guy that he's been professional. You know what
yeah,
I
he
mean? Like I
has.
don't know who could that be from the
Triple H
early
once said
sweets.
he
Like
is that damn good.
yeah, but to me Jericho was always like from day in day out. His moveset's always been fire. WCW, Lion Tamer, Lion Sword, all
Man
that.
with
Like
1,001 holes.
you feel me? Like he been there.
Ring work out the picture. Look at the genuine character.
Mhm.
I mean,
No
yeah,
one
I know,
streets.
no, no, I can
No
see it.
streets.
I
I'll
can see.
convince them.
I'm gonna give y'all this. He give me Jericho with the suit vibes, Jericho with the short hair. Not, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Jericho
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
career.
Yes,
He's
yes,
giving
yes.
me
Oh,
that
yes,
version,
yes.
the Jeritron
Not
2000,
Jericho, not the
2000s.
not the putting the arms out to the side, coming out.
Right,
Put
right, right,
the walls down.
right, right,
Not
right,
that
right, right.
Jericho, but
Yeah,
later on putting people over, and that's why I say, they said that Jericho was
So
one of the great wrestlers who's, had a big hand of putting people over.
So you're stating he's gonna end up punching Kelani Jordan? You said he's Jericho with the shoot suit. Jericho punched Shawn Michaels' wife. Is Miz gonna end up punching Kelani Jordan?
nah, but if Miz bust Carmelo over the head with a liquor bottle, it'd be very reminiscent of Jericho CM Punk. You just hit him with one, pow, hold
Right.
it down.
I'm
Cause it
telling you,
looked like they
almost.
got. I don't know. It looked like tonight might have
Yep.
been. I didn't get to hear
You
the whole
seen
promo.
that?
Yeah, but it looked like there was some like
A little
uncertainty.
friction.
Yeah,
When he was like, hey, I gave it up for you. Like, so
right.
you're gonna listen to me, ain't that right? And then he could tell Melo was kind
but
of like,
he
yeah.
also let off with, look what the Money in the Bank did for me. I won the title. I main evented WrestleMania from it, and long after ended up becoming a two-time champion in my own rights. Imagine what I could do for you. Here's the playbook, son.
hmm Or it could be a setup like you're saying all this and it's reminding you, oh, you know what? This did set me up. This match is that important. You know what? I gave it to you. Maybe I need to rethink this. Maybe I need to, intervene because you're not listening to me.
Mm.
And I feel like eventually that's going to lead
So
to
so so who turns on who?
I think that if you want Miz Mello to say a bad guy, he has to turn. If Miz turns, it's gonna make Mello a babyface, and I don't think people will.
Hit me out
He,
though.
he,
I think Melo being a baby face will make the easy pairing for if you want to bring Trick Williams and throw them back together. Like they both having a
you
bad
want that to happen so goddamn bad.
bro. I like what that Trick and Melo don't miss, but them two together with like this type of
So,
momentum that they got, I think
so
it'd be special.
let me ask you this question: aren't you concerned that they're just gonna just be labeled as a one-trick pony?
That's their business. Like that's their business,
That's
bro.
on them.
Yeah, like if it worked for you, I ain't gonna lie, cause like I'm looking at
Why
it like
not?
potential Enzo and Cass. Like they was
Ooh,
good.
okay.
I
Yep.
think for a while we didn't care if they were a tag team or not. That's how good they
It's the
were.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah.
they end up splitting them, so we just went like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, but it's looking one of those things like, I hate to say it, Otis and Tucker. One could put busted seats and sell tickets, and the other one is just there.
So who do you feel like is that for you out of them two? Who's Otis
Mm.
out of Mello
I think
and
it's obvious.
Trick? You think it's Trick?
No, Trick is Tucker in this situation.
Mm.
Trick is the Marty Jannetty to Shawn Michaels.
I beg to differ because I got a different view on it. I feel like they trusted Trick Williams with the whole NXT brand as to where Mello is just a player on the brand.
Mello
Okay.
was Mello got to take on the last era of black and gold, and he was thriving then.
No, but I mean right now, Mello on the main roster, his run while he's having troubles, Trick Williams has been a
Well,
feature
no,
on NXT for the last year and a half,
no,
maybe
but
two.
again, that's my point. Mello was a feature
Cheers.
in the end of the black and gold, well into the awkward 2.0 era.
Correct.
So Mello, yes, Trick was a feature now, but Mello was carrying them through the dark ages. I hate to break it to you, son, but
No,
Trick's
but
resume
listen,
will always
nah,
trump over Mello's.
these times are better. We on CW. We was just on the well, like you know what I'm saying. They
Well,
weren't doing
that's
anything.
great work, though. Who put the work in for that contract to come in, though?
Everybody, everybody. Carmelo's already being called the number one draft pick on SmackDown when they made that deal.
Look. No one said that was a good idea.
Just saying.
Uh,
I think they both. I don't think.
not all ideas and creative are good ideas. We've known that for years.
I look at Trick Williams. He got the potential to be Booker T esque.
Okay.
You just saying that because he's
Carmelo,
tall as hell.
Carmelo in ring work is great. He just need to figure out his spiel. Like I don't know what it is, but
Seems like it ain't got there yet. Like he's still trying to find his way out and figure it out.
hmm
Mhm.
like I remember back in NXT, everybody he beat, they used to have their names in the Raptors. Like you retired somebody jersey. Like every time
Yeah,
he beat
and
them,
we walked away from that.
why?
I said, why?
Why?
It's fire, nigga. What are you doing?
Yeah,
What is
like
he
if you gonna be
doing?
doing, if one of your moves is gonna be you doing a between the
Honestly,
legs leg drop type shit, you doing basketball, might as well have that shit in your gimmick.
And the jersey.
honestly, what wasn't that when Vince took over when that stopped?
Vince on
Yeah,
this
cause they
thing
doing
coaching.
all of that on the screen shit that they went away with now.
Vince on this thing
I forgot what it
coaching.
was called, but yeah, CGI graphics, I believe. They was
Mm-hmm.
throwing a lot of CGI in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But visually for the
Did they-
people at home, it was a
no,
nice
no,
little touch.
Cody still has that CGI, I think.
Sometimes with his skull, yeah.
Which again,
Yeah.
why?
Drive home the marketing. Some people have foolish shit. Like I remember Matt Riddle would
He's
have
got it on his fucking neck. How much more can you drive that son of a bitch home?
that shit. I mean, but I'm be honest. You know, people give him a lot of shit for it, and I'm not saying that was Goldberg's gimmick, but Goldberg did have his tattoo as a shirt for a while too, though. I'm just saying.
What on his trunks too on his ass cheeks?
You feel me? Like that shit was, it became part of his
No,
gimmick
no,
too.
but no, no. Okay, okay, so no. Cody gets the slack because he got that patented as his brand, and then tried to put it on his neck, and then folks said, of all places, why put it on your neck?
And the fact that you don't even like it is crazy.
He don't like it. Hold on, what?
He felt it was too big. Like he felt like the artist OD. Like damn, bro. Like he kind of wanted a smaller one, but I don't know what he envisioned. It's kind of like go hard or
Yeah,
go home,
yeah,
bro.
again, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, like it's go hard to go home, bro.
Why was
You
you?
gonna look
I
at it like
mean,
a little butterfly. It's gonna look like a butterfly from deep. You heard? Like
Or
nigga
if
chill.
it's that
I,
small.
or you're the one that came in here lit.
Right, correct.
put it on your chest or something. I don't know about the neck. The next
You could have put it anywhere. No one, everyone probably would have said, "All right,
on the fist, something. Chest, anything.
yeah, anywhere." But you had to put it on the neck.
Yeah,
He got
that's
enough
bad
money.
times.
Yeah. He can get it fixed if he really wanted to. He can get it removed and
What relocated?
redone. Yeah.
What put it from here to here? Yeah.
I don't got a graphic for the females, but it's cool. We got to the secret harvest match. It
Oh,
kind
no,
of like
you
a
you
lot
you
went
got
on.
the money shot at the segment.
Yeah, I'm about to say like a lot went on that letters did. Like if you want to just lead us in, cause
Before this took place, I believe this was a little bit after the segment with Bliss, Lily, and Charlotte. Correct?
yeah, there was a lot going on in that segment, bro.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah. A lot went down in the span of like 40 minutes in general in this time, which was
Yeah,
wild. But with this, we had Zelina end up top with Myron, and then Chelsea ends up interfering. They start jaw jacking. Piper and Alba walk away. Zelina pops Chelsea in the mouth, and then they get into a big match. But before that, there's a segment with Meechin and B-Fab, and Meechin just all pouty face. B-Fab basically just they're waiting for her to hand her a fucking candlestick. And then Meechin all but fucking creamed her pants looking at the candlestick.
yeah, that was complete
And
madness right there.
then at the fast part of the Zelina segment, you got Misha swinging the candlestick. You got B-Fab in the pull apart as well. And then we're like, hey, we're gonna tag match next. Holla holla, player.
Dead ass though. Nick Aldis is like
Because again, honestly, the only way this because the match was fine, the segment was okay, but the only thing that this felt like it was missing was fucking Teddy Long. Because this would have been right up his fucking alley.
and tonight we're gonna have a 6-man tag team. Yeah, that crazy.
Tag team match.
Hmm
And then
You
you
got
go one on one with the Undertaker.
One, one,
yeah, the over the
one.
top days.
But the tag match was fine. I said this before. Michin and Beefhead have really good chemistry together as a team. It just would be nice if WWE treated their women's tag division somewhat seriously. But
I
that's all I
mean,
got to say about that. But
that's the point.
but Zelina ends up again running in the match or whatever and s- taking Miss Chelsea Green's head off, and everything was what it was. And then we learned that tomorrow, Saturday's main event, we were getting a fifth match. We were getting Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega versus for the United States Championship. We getting round two, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Round two, fight.
And it's funny because I don't know if you've been on Twitter the last couple of days. Everyone was bitching and moaning because we're not getting a women's match tomorrow, and then now we're getting one. So y'all can shut
Yeah,
the
I
fuck
seen
up
that they
now.
came in. That's cool. And that's cool if they can do that. You know what I'm saying? If they can say, "Oh, y'all really want one? Here, we can write it
I ain't
down."
gonna
That's
lie,
cool.
it's kind of not though,
Why you say that?
Be- Because folks are literally bitching and moaning about it just for the sake of bitching and moaning.
and that's what I be scared of. The
Well, I
little
was just saying. Go ahead. Okay.
no, no, I'm with you there. Like I wish we got there under different circumstances. Is all I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Because
maybe the
this is the again I use the example of Cena and Orton. Like this is a program that should have been given more respect, and to blow it off the
Yeah.
way we did, it's like you just
The way.
pissed all over
Yeah.
their legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. Factual. You did. Factual. There was like no reason in playing none of the promos and showing them,
You just
from
let
back in the day. Yeah, it was no important. And it was no point. It was like, and then the fact that, like you said, like HD said too, Randy ain't been around. Like, what kind of viper is this? I don't know Randy to lose and then not come back and say nothing. You lose and then you just don't show up to say anything.
like is he even in the qualifying matches for Money
Right?
in the Bank?
Like, what? Like, I don't know. They made
we
it
got
seem like
2 weeks,
he with his promo, he was on like a new championship run. Like he had a new, you know, uh, a new battery in his back, and then it just kind of fizzled out. So
but we did learn who is in an upcoming qualifier match.
what was that?
Jacob Fatu.
Oh yeah.
Late in the evening, solo JC, and this is just for their stuff.
Oh, when he walked out, I seen him say something,
Oh no,
but I didn't hear
no,
when he was
was
talking to
this
all three of them.
before or after the triple threat HD?
Ah, I'm not sure to be honest.
But anyways, you had Solo, JC, and Jacob. They're walking down. Solo's talking about how his plan worked all along, or it was he was we're touching on everything again because again they had a couple segments. The first go around was Solo said, "See, I told you my son would work." Jacob said, "I never need you to begin with." Fast forward later on,
You talking
Jacob and
about when they
Solo
was
are kind of
backstage and he was telling
yeah.
them, "Hey, um, he's like, I don't trust him."
Well,
And
no,
that was after that
this,
segment, right?
this is after that one.
Mm-hmm. So it's the third one when
And
they was all backstage talking, and then he walked up and said something to him. I didn't catch
yeah,
what he said though.
but anyways, Nick Aldis comes up and basically telling folks, "Hey, we got an opening for a qualifier match. And you know who's in it?" Looks to Jacob. Jacob Fatu. And then Solo just like, "Hey, now we'll both be in the match." And then Jacob just starts smirking and very quietly, "I love you, Solo."
So hold on, you says Jacob qualified for the Money in the Bank.
Nick Aldis assigned him a qualifier match.
Okay, so
Okay,
he got to
against
do a
who
match.
though?
Okay.
And again, we'll see who's in the triple threat match. I didn't catch it. I don't know if it was announced today, but Nick Aldis announced he will be in the final qualifier, I believe.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I think it makes sense. Like, if you're gonna put the women's United States champion in the qualified match, why would like?
Might as well put them in. That's dope. But I wonder how it's gonna play out.
Solo look uncomfortable as all hell.
Yeah.
I like how Jacob in that segment you talk about streets. Jacob just like, man, that dude ain't my blood. He not my family. Like,
Yeah.
they're already
I don't
getting into
trust
that.
him. Yeah, I don't know him.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so now
And
thing
he was
about
like, "You moving funny too," like talking to Solo, like I'm digging where they're going with it.
but now that I think about it, yeah. So that was right before the swept up because you had Byron with LA Knight. LA talking about I don't give a damn about that
Man,
because LA
Ellen,
Knight was calling his shot saying he will qualify and he will become Mr. Money in the Bank and blah blah blah. He's doing his usual greatest hit spiel, which again it is what it is. And
and
then
boy,
that's
did he
right.
deliver on
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yo, what the fuck was that panda mask that Shinsuke was wearing? He just came up out of here, ain't been on TV, came with a new mask and shit, just lose. Like, come on, bro. Come on,
What's
Shinsuke.
your pen? Well,
Nothing. Just say, what the fuck is that panda
Was that
match?
panda
Came out here,
mask? Yeah, it had a
nigga, you
white
lost and
mustache,
shit.
a white fur mustache and shit. Like, the fuck?
look. I'm not familiar with Japanese holidays.
Nah, if it means something, then I ain't trying to like shit. I'm just saying, like, not knowing and just off the first look, I'm like, nah, he trying shit. Like, Shinsuke trying shit.
Really trying shit.
Always trying shit.
You
Like, if
trying
dude be,
something like you reaching, brother? What you doing?
yeah, like, man came through with the burnt eye makeup. Like, who burnt you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of layers to that gimmick right now. Like, I need
He said,
answers,
"Who
Sway.
burnt you?" He said, "The answer, Sway. Who's
Yeah,
out here
like,
But
scolding you? Who's burning
we
you?"
had but we had LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Aleister Black.
I thought it was type fire. Like,
Aleister and Shinsuke kind of take you back to Black and Gold because again they got good chemistry together.
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight seemed to work well with both of them. Um, uh, he scares me when he does those fucking top rope moves.
Who?
LA Knight
Alistair,
because
like that.
he moves unorthodox as all hell, and AC knows what I'm talking about because we can name at least 10 spots in the match with Logan Paul at SummerSlam that were like, how is this man not dead?
yeah, bro.
Like the way he's built, he doesn't come off as being limber enough to do that consistently.
Yeah.
And again, it comes off as awkward. It's like 1 inch to the left or right, and it's bad news
Nah,
bears.
this is
Like, bro,
crazy.
just chill out. You don't need to do all that.
Nah, yeah,
But
he be
in the
doing
match,
box jumps, all kind of shit. Like,
uh-huh. And anything Ricochet will do, he'll try.
I mean,
And
I
his
understand.
reason will-
Go
and
ahead,
his
man. Go
reason
ahead.
will be his reasoning will be, well, we see Jacob do it.
Yeah, nah,
I weigh
hell,
as
it's
much
not
as
good
him,
enough.
therefore I can do
Nah,
it.
hell, nah. See, nah, hell, that's your problem.
Exactly. That's why we're like, bro, just chill the fuck out.
All right, you need to sit your ass down. Stop trying to worry about everybody else and what they doing and why you can't.
You
Hit
you
your
do
moves and
plenty
worry
of
about
shit.
you.
You got plenty of shit that works just fine.
Right, right. Don't be trying to
But
be out here, trying to do shit hurting people.
yeah, but at the end of the match, it's Shinsuke and Alistair in the middle of the ring, almost on some like Wild Wild West shit, corner to corner. Shinsuke's gonna try to hit him with the Kinshasa. Alistair snakes him with the Black Mass. Ellen that comes in,
Comes in and steals
hits,
the.
yep, steals the win.
I'm surprised that
It was so dookie
they don't
too.
go to something different here. Like, you could have really let Alistair Black get the win,
Same,
do something
yeah.
different.
They using the same
Or
people over and
Shinsuke.
over again. They using the same
Nah,
people
I,
over and over again.
I've been saying Ellen I need to be the back of the line.
facts.
Yeah. Told y'all how I feel about him. I feel like he ain't it, bro. But I mean, I'm not hating on him. But he just, to me, he ain't it.
Nah, it's
I'll
just
hate.
He's a good wrestler, but he's just not. I don't like his gimmick. I don't know.
He ain't what he thinks he can be.
Yes, yes. I don't know. It's just for me anyway. But like HD
It's a hard
said, why
landscape.
why not switch it up? Why not give somebody else? People been waiting for Allison Black to come back. He's back and now he's getting a good little push. Why not push him all the way? Why make him losing the money in the bank shit like Dookie? Someone
Or again,
win him.
same can be said for Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Because before he pulled up a couple weeks ago, folks thought he either let his contract expire or he was also in the latest batch of cuts.
True.
But since he made it,
I just feel like they dropped the ball here, and if they even entertained the idea of really giving LA Knight the briefcase, I'm gonna kind of be disappointed.
Well, if he
it,
does somehow end up getting it, you gotta pull that linchpin right away. You cannot let that one marinate.
And low key, I mean, I don't think that's the name people really discussed when saying who can Cena drop the belt to. Cena's already put over LA Knight before when Cena was a babyface and he came out to tag with LA Knight, raised his arm. Like, could he be putting him over once
Who
more? And
says he's going for that belt? Remember, we got a draft coming
I'm
up.
I'm saying it. I said what I said. Cena. I said it. Damn it.
What if he
okay.
snakes Jay? What
Man,
what what if he snakes Drake or Jay at the draft? Should he win? Imagine what that'll do. And then he can go one step further, and
that'll make him
Ellen
the
I
heel.
could get hold on. It can get crazier. Ellen I could then get redrafted to SmackDown, so you have the Royal Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown and the WWE Champion on Netflix. I can see them pulling some weird shit like that because the way
See
Netflix
that
is
spot.
shaping up and the way they're molding it, they're gonna want all the sole moneymakers on that show. I'd be
And there's a
surprised
championship too.
if, yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't swap the belts at the draft.
Right. I thought they was gonna do it like sooner when Cody was on while he still had the championship, maybe throw him over to Raw, but they didn't go that direction. Maybe they do it this year. But yeah, they need to keep. Again, I've said it before. Send LA Knight to Raw, refreshing him up. You know what I'm saying? But if this is what they're gonna do with him, I don't know.
Yeah,
We get this moment before. Actually, hold on. Did we even finish really recapping their tag team match right here?
we did not. It was a no contest because also there was something that we didn't touch on earlier in the show as well. Um, it's been apparent that again, now granted they both respect. Now we'll get to the predictions here in a moment, but these two individuals have a steel cage match tomorrow, correct? HD, is this steel cage?
Damian Priest and
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow steel cage match. But as far as on SmackDown, if they smell each other's cologne or look at the other person without the other person figuring eye contact, whatever the case may be, no matter what it is, it's on site.
Yeah, they
And
trying to build this that way.
we saw
Yeah.
it a couple times today.
Mm-hmm.
And did we see it around this time as well or no? Because again, a lot was going on in this particular 40 minutes.
Nah, but what stood out to me is when this version of the bloodline, whatever you want to call them, they walked by the Street Profits and kind of gave them that grill when they was cut when the Street Profits were back cutting their promo right before they came out. But I mean, I don't know. It was a lot. Like the show was, it was definitely a lot of pace to it. A lot going on.
But again, great promo by Tez and Dawkins.
Man, they was cooking up.
Da-
It was.
Again, I know it's his last year, but I'll say it again this year. Again, can we get Dawkins to slam me for most improved or whatever you want to call it? Because he's been light years better in these last 18 months than I've ever seen him.
Nah, he working, man. He just need to add something like you know what I'm saying, and he be right there like D'Lo Brown, bro. Nah,
I think he's already found it, to be
D'Lo
honest.
Brown.
yeah,
Whatever
D'Lo
Mr.
Brown, nice.
D'Lo, what's the real deal now?
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
D'Lo was in.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jacob
He's
part two
already
point.
there.
That's my
Nah, he might be for real. But it's just like we, let's talk about it once again because Streets wasn't here at the beginning. This is what culminated out the tag team matchup. We thought
You have to bring
we'd be
him up.
seeing some titles change hands. Maybe
Mhm.
some thought they'll
And
retain.
they put on a hell of a match too, so it was going in.
Yeah, bro. Which is a little like I feel like it's a little odd to me. Like they tried to protect the Street Profits here and protect Fraxium too, which I don't understand. Like they had Fraxium win 4 weeks in a row. Now they challenging the champions. One of the teams they beat in them 4 weeks were the Street Profits.
Facts.
Hurt off the TLC match. They gave him a run tonight, and then boom, we get this right here.
Why six?
What was your thoughts, Streets, when you seen why? Like, did you get to see this part? You got to see
Yeah, I
that
did.
right?
I did. Yeah, I did. I did. I thought it was dope.
Were you
When the lights
excited?
when the lights went out, I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like I felt like somebody was coming out. I just didn't know
Okay.
who.
Well,
But to
well,
see them in the ring
well,
like that was dope as fuck. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, it was dope.
what made it more entertaining was the internet wrestling community knew that today would have been the day to do it because today is the
Yeah,
38th birthday of the late great Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt.
yeah. Mhm.
And again, they're Georgia boys, so
That
it
was
was
entertaining.
rather appropriate.
Yeah, for sure. And it was dope how they how if you watch the very end when she had when they wished him happy birthday and bought the candle and it showed it the little cutscene and stuff too. But I mean, I think it was cool altogether. I think it was dope. It was a shock, to me. I was like, oh shit, I didn't expect it. So seeing it was cool, and it kind of put a new spin on what could happen with the belts. You know what I'm saying? It look like we got some new contenders that's coming in to take over shit.
Yeah, I was
Now,
it's like you think they championship ready upon seeing this?
I mean, yeah,
here's the question:
they destroyed them. It wasn't
Mm.
at that. I
which,
mean,
which,
if they're the top people, they came in and kind of manhandled them with that. Now they did just have a hell of a match, so I can't just say that hey, you took them at their best, and you
which
did have
pairing do you go
numbers.
with?
Mm. That's a
Me
good question.
personally,
I say, what?
I go Loomis and Rowan,
That's to do with the blonde dreads, correct?
the Dreads and the bald one.
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna say too. I didn't know to do with the
You,
blonde
you
dreads.
you could do Loomis and
Yeah.
Gacy as well. That'd be a more technical or even a high flying team that Gacy can fly. But Loomis for sure. I think he almost has to be in that picture some way.
I suggest what I said
Now,
earlier. Do you have the belt swap between all four of them? You never know who you're gonna face that night. Now, if I had to pick a two to win it that night, I'm not mad at what you said, Razor, but I like to see the OGs bring it home and show the newer members how it's done.
You think it's gonna be Rowan and Bo?
Yeah, I would like to see that because
Rowan
I
and Bo.
don't
Okay.
wholeheartedly know where he's at for the singles division. Like we seen what he did with Gable, and then shortly after he got injured, or there was word that he got injured. So I say
Honestly,
keep him in that tag with them.
honestly, I really want to see Bo and Jacob or Bo and Braun. That that would be something,
Mm.
Bo.
especially Bo and Jacob.
That'd be ignorant. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be something cool. Something different. You know what I mean? They kind of got that book at the dark war to 'em, so that'd be cool.
Do you feel like we still get vignettes from them, or do we get more of like
Why not?
Undertaker kind of promos, maybe Mankind kind of promos where they actually
I seen
talking
them.
in real time to us? Like,
Or all the above.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I don't know why the Vineyard started to begin with.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel for me personally, it started to feel like there's no purpose behind it. Like, okay, what's the method behind the madness?
Well,
There
they
is
didn't talk about nothing. They were just saying who they were. That's the
and
thing.
then
Again, you give them a topic and a target, and then
they fucking
again we give you a
kidnapped
figure.
Miz. They kidnapped Miz and let him go.
Well, that was for the Final Testament program, which ended up resolving into nothing.
That's what I'm
Miz
saying. We
was the
got
pawn
past
in
the
that.
origin stories. We got past the introductions, and we start kidnapping. Okay,
No, but again, that was
He's a
purely
straight
for
kid.
Final
Okay,
Testament.
yeah,
okay.
okay.
So that was answered for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They just let him go and shit. Miz just dicked him over. Like, Bo really thought Miz changed, I guess. Like, he let him, like,
I'm just saying they finished that chapter already.
yeah, like, I don't know. For me to buy back into the vignettes, I feel like it kind of got to be Ministry of Darkness kind of vibe. Like, this whole
Well,
horror shit, that shit
Ministry
cool,
of
but
Darkness on the back.
either way, they're still gonna get the reps in. So again, bring the videos back. Another victory for Razor.
nah. Because you could throw shit, don't mean it's going
Nah.
to stick. Yeah, you could throw the shit, don't mean it's going to stick on my wall.
Screw. Nah.
Yeah, nah.
So what? You want them to go through the 10,000 pre-tape to find the one versus the two or three, and then they find the one.
Nah, I challenged them to be different. Y'all did the vignette shit already. Give
Okay,
me
so
more.
so one tag is all they need, and that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, in real time. In front of a live audience like the rest of
I
them
mean,
are.
Bo might get that, but everyone else, I don't know.
Again, challenge them.
Or honestly, hear me out. I have a world in which that could work. Bliss.
I don't know why they keeping them away. If there's some elaborate special
Well,
moment, I don't know what the hell they waiting for. Right?
well,
Like,
well. Again,
What the hell
well,
you waiting on? Come on, man.
maybe they want to reintroduce Bliss as being a legitimate force for the division before you go back into that. Because again, what was her gimmick in all actuality? The goddess. Why? Because again, she was aside from Charlotte, the main one that always had the belt,
mm-hmm.
or Asuka. But she's respectfully in that upper echelon in a world in which they're only getting taller. But she's been the anomaly, which her and Roxanne, if Roxanne can follow in her footsteps, the future's bright for Roxanne. But back with Tilla Bliss again, like they're building her up before they bring her in because again, it seems like she could be recruiting Charlotte to join her. Can you imagine a trio of Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair
It'll be wild.
versus the
It would be.
supposed upcoming female bloodline of Naomi and Nia Jax?
Nah, I love the female bloodline.
Yeah, the
Not
female
gonna
bloodline
lie,
would
yeah.
be. Yeah, that's gonna be ignorant.
I don't know. I gotta see it in real time for me to be so
but I'm just saying, like, there's all the stuff that they're teasing again. If they're serious about it, there's ways they can make it work. That's all I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And these are very simplistic ways.
Hell yeah, we could get there with that.
But the ideas of the Wyatt Six now eyeing for a tag team gold
I mean,
have my attention.
yeah, like I said, it is exciting. And they, they came in and kind of laid waste to everybody. Like, we here. We ain't going nowhere. We ready to take over. And I think the fans was like overly, hyped for it too. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe, maybe time to see what's up. But like you guys said, let's keep it pushing and see. I think the people, they would love to see
I
that.
think
And
just
again,
the championship is it's better story for the Wyatts right now than whatever they had them doing. It was good intent. Like they was trying to like run down on people that did their family dirty, but it started to feel like I don't know, like something didn't
cheesy,
complete that.
corny.
Now it wasn't really. It just didn't amount to anything. Like okay, y'all went after Gable. How that motherfucker come out with a better family, a better gimmick? You feel me?
That motherfucker was dead.
I was
They
Yeah,
screaming.
put
He
like
a
said,
book.
he said, how you come out with a better situation? Y'all niggas went
right,
after
bro. Like
like
I thought
stop
the
going after
idea.
people at this point. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cause
That's
if you
funny.
ask me, I thought the idea was to like, okay, they're gonna put them over and some like put them in a program. You get in this spotlight. That's it right
Mhm.
there. But the whole making him seem like he can hang, like Gable was in there wilding on Uncle Howdy, like you know what I'm saying, like flipping him, put him on his head.
As he was on Gunther. But we've been knowing that.
Yeah. Then the Miz and Carry and Cross, like that situation didn't come out so better, but they kind of just abandoned it. Like fuck it.
Now let's play another game of devil's advocate. Let's say Wyatt Six does end up with the tag team belts, okay? Between the two of them, which ones are going to Raw? The Wyatt Six or the Street Profits?
I
Mm.
think you could throw the Street Profits on the Red Brand. Y6 just came from over there. I think
Okay.
I think this looked more they lane right here. The Smackdown, like I don't know, they just looked right over here.
Yeah,
Because what I'm getting at the way it maps out in my head, like I said, Netflix is gonna want most, if not all, of the money makers, no pun intended, and
but putting all the money makers on
SmackDown
them.
SmackDown's gonna be in a very worse spot to where yes, there's gonna be talent there, but they're gonna have to legitimately just reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
And like I said, so there's already talk that because of what's been going on SmackDown, that they want to extend that 3 hour mark. Because supposedly the 3 hour Raw is supposed to end at the end of this month or next month, but I guess that may get delayed.
Mm.
So say again, like I said, say the profits go to Raw. Say I don't incorporate who else. Is there anyone on Raw that you think could elevate certain folks on SmackDown, or do you think all the A-list guys will be on Netflix and all the bottom tier job guys will be on SmackDown?
I mean, I can see what you're saying like that, But
I feel like
do you
Raw
think
got
that
moving pieces that don't involve anything really. Like you got Penta coming in from like that shit ain't hurt. Like how can SmackDown be tight? Like you know what I mean? Like we ain't take that from. It just so happens that that's where he landed. Y'all got Ray Phoenix. It's on him to be
it's
as lit as
already? Yeah,
Penta.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 but
I mean,
Testore and Wade, but
he
Testore,
has.
all they said about Phoenix is basically Lucha Brothers is Lucha Brothers that. So they're telling us that again. It's only a matter of time before he's with his brothers. So we're just
Yeah,
gonna hype up him and his brother.
I mean, he's doing his thing, but
So,
like HD
so
said, you know,
that's like so he's like the exception to that because they're telling us that yeah no he's gonna be a
no,
tag team guy.
for sure. But I still agree with HD, you know, a little bit on that. Like, you know, it's up to you to kind of, you know, get out there and make your character, you know, more popping and kind of, you know, make
Like
people want
Raw
to, you
got
know,
Rusev, Aleister Black on
yeah.
SmackDown. It's just they gotta. I don't know. They gotta step it up, bro. People gotta step it up. Maybe throw. If I say if I had to move one person potentially,
Hmm.
maybe why not throw Ludwig on SmackDown? Let him do his
Yeah.
thing over there. Like
Do you what show do you like better?
Raw.
Why?
I feel like it's because of a default. Like everything about it, bro. It comes on a Monday night. Friday. I'm not gonna lie. Watching wrestling on a Friday feel like work sometimes.
Yeah, because you want to
Like
kind of the
yeah,
vibe, kind of be like, yeah.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, on Thursday was perfect because it kind of left you like, you know, okay, we going into the weekend. They moved it to Friday, and it kind of was like, okay, because you gotta kind of be home on a Friday when you can maybe be out
Hmm.
doing something, especially during the summertime or leading into the summer months. It's like, man, be outside is feeling good. Kind of maybe want to, you know. And then you get the
Hmm.
PLEs on Saturday, so it's kind of like you're trying to take my time away. Sunday feel cool because you can kind of be like, all right, you know,
You see this is why I say NXT. You know what we got coming up?
what's that?
Monday Night Football.
Mhm. True.
That and Raw is a lot for my brain. Sometimes too much for my brain.
Yeah, I
I
can
could
see
feel
that.
that.
For sure. But you
If
know,
it's a good if it's a good game and Raw is actually entertaining,
yeah, you don't want to turn from either one. You know, you're like, and it's hard to listen to both at the same time. But you know,
hmm
And then it's like, bro, like think about it. Raw been around before SmackDown, bro. What you going like MTV too before you like MTV? How you gonna go to the MTV too, bro? Like what
yeah,
type
for
of time
sure.
you on,
damn.
bro?
I
I
mean,
don't care what programming they put on MTV too. It came from MTV.
mm-hmm. Not true. It's fine from this, but
Yeah,
you
bro.
know, I feel like if they would, you know, do something because it used to be like the other. I don't know. When SmackDown first came out, it was something so new and exciting. It was like you had to watch. You know, you almost had to like be like, man, I gotta peep what's going on. You know, it was gonna be
Yeah,
something.
bro.
You know, like you know, the vibes was just like was it. Like you said, maybe it was. Maybe it's the day. Maybe it's like you know, it's a Friday. It's like, man, you know,
It's ironic. SmackDown was created just because The Rock was too big for Raw with everyone else that they had there, and now The Rock owns it all.
Yeah. They
Like
really named it
SmackDown
right
was
for
made
that
for
part.
him.
Yeah.
for sure.
Is he the only one that has a pay-per-view just for him?
Rock bottom,
But is he the only one?
I think so.
maybe.
Yeah.
On his own
So
show.
again, again, like Punk and AEW, he got his own show. Punk got Collision. Rock got SmackDown. But Rock got his own pay-per-view. Now Rock owns it all.
Cause all I hear these days is how the roster's so deep, but yet we still in search of everything.
New. Mhm.
It's
And
not,
using the same fucking people over and over again in the same scenario.
Hmm. Like we don't got no Mark Henrys, no like again, no
World's
bigger than
strongest
life
man.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
bro.
well, we again we had Braun Strowman. You let him go. Uh, yeah, you had Authors of Pain. Let's see. You had the Hurt Business. Uh, let's see who else you fire. That's not back yet. Uh, You fired Tony Storm. You fired Mariah May, but allegedly she's on her way back. Let's see. Ricochet can stay. Edge wanted to leave anyways. Yeah, that's basically it. Again, maybe Danielson, but Danielson wanted to leave anyways.
Again, I pointed this out like probably a few months ago in the episode we had. Raw and SmackDown had very different vibes back then than it did now. The SmackDown had the Cruiserweight Championship exclusively. Raw had the Divas and the Hardcore belt exclusively. Like they gave you different reasons to tap in. Like, okay, if you want to go watch the Cruiserweight,
SmackDown had the fucking fist.
yeah, something like what I mean. You know what I mean? They like the fist. You feel me?
The fist.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tony Chimmel. We had Nick Patrick.
SmackDown had a blue referee shirts.
I remember that.
Raws were black.
Yeah, I
They
think
had Jim Ross. We had Taz. We had JBL.
Yeah.
They
Jim
had
Ross is
Eric
the GOAT.
Bischoff getting fired. We had Teddy Long getting married.
like how many legends are on the roster right now. You got the likes of AJ Styles, Finn Balor, all these guys that's just like kind of just floating around. Like they're
Yeah,
not just floating around, but they are though.
sure. I mean, they've been putting the fan on a little bit. Having
Yeah,
them
like
work
but
out and do his
it's more
thing,
like
but like you said, like
yeah,
they could be using them in a better capacity. They could be having them go a
yeah.
little
Like I
farther.
just question why, as much flack that Vince gets, some of these people were still being used better under his
Under his,
watch than what's being done right now. Like they
well,
they
maybe
had
it's
AJ
because
Styles and Cody do that I Quit match. That's probably one of the worst matches I've seen from AJ and Cody in WWE.
It's number one for me.
Like,
Oh no, no, actually it's number two. Number one's that Hell in the Cell with Seth and the Fiend in my hometown of all places.
yeah, that was bad too. Like, but that was on the Vince, so I'm
That's
charging.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm charging trips for the AJ and Cody or whoever was in charge for that.
Mhm.
Fucking Hurricane, whoever the fuck did it.
Charlie
Yeah.
Could have been Pritchard. Could have been Freebird.
Oof.
Could have been The Rock for all we know. Could we get planted by The Rock?
I felt the rocking. I felt that nigga just handling business over with Triple H. He only
I
come.
said yeah.
He only come back when he come back, and then be like, "All right, let me take it." You know what I'm saying? It's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
that's what I think. Like
Yeah.
if it's in
Hmm.
Vegas next year and they run it back, bro, this is Rock's big elaborate plan to show I should have
Hmm.
been part
He,
of this from the jump.
Actually, man,
oh,
because you gotta think about it like it just seems like they got a plan coming. He comes in, it's like, okay, what's going on? Well, I'm here, so let me write my, whatever I'm gonna do into the story. Take over for a minute, change it however I want it to
since he's
go,
been in a
and when I
position of
leave,
power,
you're gonna be the one dealing with the cleanup and how to
No,
fix the story.
and rightfully so. I feel like The Rock wants to uninterrupt, like he wants to truck through a story without anybody changing it, and I believe he
Hmm.
deserves that right, bro.
Yeah.
well, think
Cause
about it. This
mhm,
is the second time that Rock has been actually back-to-back Manias. Rock's been in a position of power, right?
yeah, we could say that.
40, 40 and 41. Basically, he's been in charge. Both Manias, ironically, WWE and company told him no on his ideas for Mania.
Exactly my point. Thank you, bro. Yep.
So again, should the Vegas thing fall through, this is again 100% him, Ari, maybe Nick Khan, because again, that's supposedly Rock's childhood
Ryan.
friend, and Yeah, again, Rock's just gonna pull some power moves. You guys are saying Taker's your bad, this and that, boom, boom, boom. I show up, it's a sold out show, so this tells me you have no stars, and Rock could pull the Vince move and just fire more people. And back to what I was telling Aaron this again. Look, Roman has a similar effect of the Rock, and it's my point is, with as talented as this roster is, it's inexcusable that it's only when these two show up is when people show up. This is the number one company, and you are now being exposed by your own staff and your own public knowledge that are in the same, they similar to what Tony Khan is, but in the way it's presented differently is as far as you're exploiting your own shortcomings. Word gets out that Rock had to show the chamber because ticket sales were in the shit, and then that may have boosted many tickets, it may not, but again, that's been speculation. Rock's had back-to-back meetings in which he had certain ideas to go down. Both years wasn't the case. So hypothetically, the story could have been finished this year. We could have had Rock and Roman last year, which means we also would have had
Mm-hmm.
we
That was
also
that
would
what
have had
everybody wanted too. Was that Rock
hold,
versus Roman? But that was some
hold on,
BS. Mm-hmm.
hold on. We also would have had Roman Reigns pass Hulk Hogan for the longest title streak, and he would it would have just been him and
Yeah,
Bruno
yeah. And why didn't they just let him get it? He was right there. I don't understand that.
because Roman would have passed Hogan at SummerSlam.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why they didn't just let him.
I don't know,
That's goofy,
but
man.
again,
We have him come all that way just to stop it, you know?
and then I think at that point, as far as title reigns, it just would have been Bruno Sammartino, Roman Reigns.
This is the analogy that pops in my mind. Very different, but similar in my mind. Marvel went away from Robert Downey Jr. because they didn't want to throw him the bag. They wrote him off. The fans haven't been tuned into the Marvel universe the same. Now they bring him back as Doctor Doom. I correlate that to what goes on with the likes, like you said,
Oh,
The Rock.
no, no, he's back. Chris Evans is supposedly back. Supposedly
Yeah,
Hugh Jackman's on his way back to do more Wolverine movies.
yeah, bro. You
Allegedly,
gotta bring back what the fans like they know and love, bro. Like you don't want to pay the like and want to make all these behind the scenes theatrical moves going. Like just, bro, come on now.
my argument is whoever you have
I'm screaming.
penciled in as the suitor, if they're that bad, fire whoever is hiring them.
I mean, I
Problem
agree.
solved. Good. And one example, the Blade movie. They officially just threw that one in the can.
Yeah, and
What?
then yeah,
Say it again?
and then
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes shitted on it. He shitted
yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
So
The Blade
so
movie
that
also.
was true? That they get
Yeah,
cans, huh?
Yeah,
yeah.
the
It
I
got
thought it
canned
was
for
a
sure.
wow.
my
I
It
heard
got
something about Wesley Snipes
canned.
saying something about it, like he was like said something with snide comment to it or whatever. But I mean, he wanted to be, in the original, in the next one anyway, because he
nah,
was
he
the
is
original. So
Blade. He's like, you know how
that
Samuel L.
works, bro.
Jackson is Nick
Hmm.
Fury, bro. Like
Yeah,
Wesley
bro.
Yeah,
Snipes is Blade to me, bro. Like
Sure.
you could give
And he
me
can
the dude
still.
that you could give me Tretch, right? You could give me Tretch.
What is
That
what
was
I'm
cool.
saying? Think about this. You got Hugh Jackman still playing Wolverine 20 years later. Why can't
Hmm.
Wesley Snipes still play Blade?
Bro, fuck all that. Tom Cruise is still in
because
Mission
Blade was 30
Impossible,
years
bro.
later.
Right, bro. Come
Tom
on,
Cruise
man.
30, 40 years later. Mission Impossible, bro.
You could have gave it to. You could have given it to Wesley. And
They
you just
know
put
they
him in the
paying that man.
movie.
You know what I'm saying? Look like, bro. Come on, look at the Fast and the Furious, bro.
Bro, come on,
What's brother named Vin Diesel? He did it
Vin
smart,
Diesel.
bro. He
Yep.
could drop them things when he want. That's his shit. Right now, I know, like, bro. That's what I'm saying. There's levels to this shit. But when you want to do the right thing for the folks, you gonna do the right thing for the folks, man.
Facts.
Vin Diesel went on the screen with The Rock again because he knew it'd bring that bag in, bro.
Oh,
He wasn't just gonna can him, get him. He wanted to. He wanted to badly get The Rock out of there. Like, you know what, bro? Like, what you trying to come over here and take over my shit? Nah. But when you're doing business, you know what I'm saying? Things
mhm.
change.
You notice when them checks was a little thicker when the big Samoan man was in town.
You feel me?
Yeah, factual. Yeah. It was box office smashes. They always are, but you know, no extra. In the Rock there.
What's your thoughts for tomorrow? Like, before we get out of here, last thoughts for Saturday night main event.
Ah,
I got Chelsea Green back with the U.S. belt.
okay.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's walking away beating Logan.
Logan. Does that
Hmm.
main event the show?
No,
I'm not
that'll be
saying
Cena.
hard. Okay, because it looked like they put Cena and Truth below them when they showed it on the graphic, but you know
Oh
they can
wow.
switch that up any second.
But I mean, you know, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it to
I,
be the last show. I
I
mean,
will be
I
shocked.
don't. I don't think Cena. I don't think Cena and our truth is really a headlining match anymore.
Or it could be Jay and Logan man in that team.
I think Jay and
Yeah,
Logan should
I
main
don't
event.
think we could go off the show with another like flat Cena moment, right? Like,
Yeah, with the whole or because it's like
So
I said, it's
do you
becoming
start?
like
Do you
what's
start?
gonna happen.
hmm
Do you start with Cena and Truth, or you start with the cage match then?
I think you start with the
Or,
female match.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be bad, honestly.
facts.
Yeah,
Well, where do you put the tag match?
second maybe.
Yeah, females tag.
Yeah,
Put that and Damian Priest versus your boy.
Yeah, you give
the
time
You know what
like
I'm
that.
saying?
You give time in between, show some graphics, let people
Mm-hmm.
gather themselves, then you get into because you know they're gonna do that shit where they bring down the cage all slow with the
Facts.
rollout, the
Like when you
music,
show all the
dun dun dun
running.
dun 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 dun
the
dun.
pyro.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying.
Facts.
Does Cody reappear tomorrow?
I think
No,
Randy.
I don't think Cody appears. It's not big enough pay per view yet. I mean, it is, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Not big enough
It's
yet.
not
You
even
know
a
what I'm
pay per
saying?
view though, for real.
That's
Like
what I said. So yeah, I
it's
don't
just
think
a
he
it's
in
just a network
there. He comes
So you
special.
back.
think he
Yeah.
so Sarah's main event? No, Money in the Bank, yes.
Yeah.
How you feel, NXT?
I'm gonna just throw a little curveball in there. I think Cody might surprise us at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think so
Or
too.
100%.
the only other PLE would be Saudi.
I think it's gonna be SummerSlam, and it's 2 nights. And, I think it'll be something.
No, no, but no, the reappearance
That's what I'm saying.
again. It could be Saudi, Crown Jewel.
I mean, whichever though, I think they shouldn't blow his return on like, oh, Cody's returning next week. Like,
Yeah,
it,
factual. You gotta make it something pop. Gotta
yeah,
make
bro.
something tight. It can't just be no. That's why I
If
said he
he's
can't be
smart, it'll
tomorrow.
be a big
He
money
can't. He
show.
can't. He can't come in tomorrow. It gotta be some other time. So,
Yeah.
it gotta be if you wanna, really take him serious and put him back on the grind, on the road to getting that belt, or being the head
And
of
then
the
I'm be
table.
honest, almost any scenario is destined right now for him to fail because both scenarios, if he's going for heavyweight, will have to be him turning heel. Because the crowd is behind Cena right now. As much as he still in
Facts.
the heel, we've all said it. The heel is the new baby face.
Yeah, it is. It is.
He
Okay,
needed
so
that to get that love.
okay, so again, once again, I want to play devil's advocate. Let's just say that the main event is Jey Uso and Logan Paul. What if Cody just after Jay wins, of course, Cody pulls up and just hits Jay with the crossroads, and that's what we finish up on.
It would be like almost like you come back and you hit Jay instead of Cena. What? You know what I mean?
Again, though,
For
that'll be
me.
the planting the seeds for the bad turn because
Yeah, true.
you
I mean, I
going
like to
after,
see him. I
you
like
know,
to see him. Plant the seeds with Cena. Okay, you screwed
right.
me over, and you people got behind it. And you know what I'm saying? To have him turn that way.
No,
You know what
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying?
no. But again, Jay would be the perfect catalyst for that very story. And on top of that, this
Yeah.
plants the seeds for a
For
heel
Jay to
Cody
go.
Rhodes.
Yeah.
No. This plants the seeds for a heel Cody Rhodes and a babyface Roman Reigns.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Cody's still coming after the family. We
I can
left
see
you
that.
alone. You came after us.
I can see that. I can see that.
And like Roman or like Jay would tell everyone else, Roman's gonna tell Cody, now I gotta get you.
Mm.
We were done with this. Now I gotta fuck you up again.
Yeah, I can see that too. That'd be a cool little spin, you know.
That would be
Now,
something.
now I was hopeful that that would be the main event for Mania in New Orleans. Could that still be the main event for Vegas? We'll see. But yeah,
I'm really intrigued by that prospect. Like they really talking about running it back. Like we're in a new era of WWE. Like
yeah,
the only time we've seen this was in the pandemic era where they shut down. They were supposed to do something in Tampa, and I believe the next year they did it with the fans there. It was something along them lines. But this is different because I think if I'm not mistaken, Florida was one of the only places where they were even
yeah.
able to even hold live events with the amount of people they had in the building anyway.
Maybe Texas, maybe.
Yeah. So this is I'm not honestly I really was telling this to my wife earlier that I think WWE is trying to kill the vibe of WrestleMania. Like remember how Vince built that like the biggest show of the year, the Super Bowl. I think they want to make the big four shows and eventually every pay-per-view have that important feel to it. Like an
I hate to say
extravaganza.
it like this, but it's becoming just another day like the Super Bowl.
It does feel like that, bro. I mean,
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch, but again, that the Rumble, Money in the Bank in the future, maybe the Chamber, Survivor Series because of War Games, SummerSlam, just more Super Bowls.
That's it.
and then I've heard other things that kind of made sense as to why this move could be made too. Like they did hold WrestleMania this year on Easter weekend, and they were able to still
Yeah.
fill the house the way they did. So imagine if
And
they ran
420.
it back.
Well,
But so,
you got it was also 420.
Right.
I was gonna say yeah, it was also 420. But I mean, do you think that played such a big part, or do you think that
Well,
people would have showed
well,
up
again,
regardless?
it's
Realistically, they could
Vegas.
have.
It's Vegas. So
Yeah.
again, that
hmm
folks are always going to be there.
Facts.
And because who's going to say no to a trip to Las Vegas?
Yeah. A lame person to my
I
line.
mean, the 30,000 they spending car money. I'm saying no.
He said
I,
no,
I'm
I
saying no.
mean,
no
it's an 8 hour drive for me.
Yeah, that's
shit.
love.
But if you got it like that, HD, if you got it like
Yeah.
I mean, I don't got that, but I'll get a hotel up there and then I'll go to all the after parties.
I ain't gonna lie though, Streets. Look, it's 15. Nah, I'm guessing it's 15 minutes to get to Jersey, but probably an extra 15, maybe 20 to get to MetLife out there. I ain't going to SummerSlam, bro.
you ain't
Hell no,
30 minutes. I mean, they probably taxing them.
bro.
Oh,
They
First
probably
off, I'm gonna be honest,
taxing.
bro. Like it already in like buildings like MSG, being around mad people, bro. I'm gonna be sitting in a football arena, far from the rain.
okay, so I have a proposition. What like again, much like what if Manny's gonna be in Vegas next year, this is I'm planning on doing that. But again, we could do this for SummerSlam this year. Once I get the California Real ID, we split a room in Jersey. We do a off the hip live reaction in person, and then we do a live episode off the hip there from the hotel room for both nights.
Of what? SummerSlam?
SummerSlam.
Man, I'm not going to SummerSlam, bro.
No. Listen, no. Again, we don't go to SummerSlam. We get a hotel in the city out there or somewhere nearby where all the vibes at, and
Oh,
then we watch from the
okay,
hotel
okay.
room, and then we do a reaction.
Yeah,
I'll bring
tailgate
the computer with
65.
the cameras. We
That
just do
sound
the
lit.
show for the room.
That sound lit. Yeah, cause being in the fucking holy shit, like,
Something be crazy though, you know.
bro, imagine I buy the seat behind the pillar that you can't even see the ring. You,
Be heated. You gotta watch the
Would,
screen all the
would,
time.
you
You
spent the
pay out your
bands
window
like
to watch
would you
TV.
rather would you rather be there on the infamous hump on the 10-yard line where they say Jimmy Hoffa's body is?
man.
Oof.
Like at least somebody open up the suite. Let us get up there, you heard? Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We
Like,
can go
let,
on the
let me
roof
get
and
some
watch
good
shit.
food.
Hey, a sweep for them 3 ways. We think that'll run us.
Shit.
Shit, too much money.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if you got a big ass event too. Nigga, what?
Yeah, but we technically gonna be part of the media too.
There you go. There you
Big facts.
Put us in with the ESPN folk.
go. Yeah, we got print out some badges. Walk around with them. Man, we're part of the staff. You can go ahead and give us some discounts.
We're freelancers for ESPN,
All right, like we new wrestlers. You know, like coming up.
Mhm.
Shit, you know
among other sports. But yeah,
what I'm saying?
we are also negotiable.
Right. Right.
He
Hell
should have a business card on his Yankees fitted hat.
cute walled up, all everything. Walking billboards, you heard?
It should be like skin the brim.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but also I was looking at more could have been added, but as far as I know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 9 matches for Sunday's Double or Nothing.
Damn, that's a whole lot.
Usually they got like 12, but
Mm,
again, they're probably gonna add like 3 or 4 for the pre-show anyways. And again, this will still be a 4-hour show,
mm.
but it starts at 8 p.m. your time.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be running to 1 a.m. 12:30.
Man,
Yep. They're gonna be active.
but a very strange card. You got Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. You got the Hurt Syndicate versus Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rose to unify the tag belts, I think.
I did see
In the
that segment between them. I didn't really enjoy that, but yeah, it is what it is.
you have Mike Bailey versus Okada for the Continental Championship. For the men's Owen Hart's final, you have Will Ospreay and Hangman Page. For the women's Owen Hart, you got Mercedes and Jamie Hayter. For the I think it's the AW Women's Belt. You got Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa. Then we're getting FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. We're also getting Paragon versus representing the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, and Kyle Fletcher. And in the match after the main event, we will be getting Anarchy in the arena, and that's going to be the team of the Death Riders and the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Willow Nightingale, and the Ops.
Mm, whole lot of action right there.
That's the match. I don't know if you remember when they're all over the stadium where there's a match where just the music's playing
Yep.
and it's like 10, 15 minutes of just random bullshit.
I sure do remember that shit.
Yep, it's that time of year again, folks. But what's funny about this match is the whole build-up for this featured Gabe Kidd, and he's not in the match.
Oh, brother.
Now, some people believe that Tony Costello's salty because Gabe Kidd is among the many that haven't been fond of the AEW New Japan partnership, which again, a lot of folks have not been happy with it. But Tony, if you don't think he's one of your friends, then he's mad at you.
Yeah, depending who you are, right? Like if you're Paul White in the Legends, then you fucking love Tony. If you on the other side of that coin is Tony hates me.
And if you're Mark Henry, he really hates you, or he's gonna hate you.
I'm waiting for Tony to slip up so Mark can say what he got to say.
Yep.
For real, cause it's like like I genuinely I don't give a fuck about the drama, the gossip. I genuinely want to know what went wrong there. Like,
Or how many NDAs are gonna pop up if let's say Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho both go to WWE.
mm,
He's gonna put everyone on a gag order. But again, ultimately, we would like them to succeed, but you got to make some drastic changes. There is stuff that's promising. There's stuff that's surprising they haven't fucked up yet. But yeah, a lot of shit going on this weekend, HD.
yeah, I mean we shall see. Again, I'm gonna try to view these things with open lenses. Like I've been said it after this WrestleMania that I gotta view the wrestling world in a different way or digest the product in a different way. Cause me having certain ideology or vision of where the story should go versus how they handle it, yeah, it doesn't add up. It doesn't match up. So again, I refer to any other kind of story that, let's say, you make a show or a movie from a book, and you know the backstory, you know where the story's supposed to go, and even if
Right?
you're planting seeds for something else, they usually follow through. There's a lot of not following through. It's a lot of pivots. I understand it's different. There's injuries, but some of this shit don't feel like injuries. Like it just feels like you're just shuffling pieces for no reason.
Man, that's it. We'll see happens tomorrow.
Like again, just last, I really want to hope and believe that that Gable stuff is gonna really amount to something good, other than just this is just something else that he made good, made chicken salad out of chicken shit. You know what I'm saying?
So amount to something like, what do you mean?
I'm
Like I
screaming.
want to see, okay, is there gonna be some okay of the eventual reveal? It was Chad Gable all along. Is this gonna lead to a worlds collide match with Gable and some surprise like Vikingo?
Well,
You know what I'm
well,
saying? Like.
again, allegedly, I don't know if it was SummerSlam or Mania, it was supposed to marinate to him and Penta hair versus mask.
See that? That'd be pretty tight. I mean,
And then what
I
though?
hope it
Like,
does lead
I
somewhere.
will say, I know AC's
It has
shaking his
to
head at
lead
that.
somewhere.
yeah, it's because
Has
the
to
and then
lead
what?
somewhere.
Right,
Can't just be all
exactly.
Okay,
this
okay,
chaos.
okay. So then we get a bald Kurt Angle, like a bat out of hell. That then he's full Kurt Angle mode at that point. He evolves. Kurt Law's hair became an animal. Therefore, Gable loses his hair. He really gonna be an animal.
Fucking Junior vibes. Fucking Junior. Nah, he's definitely an animal, so it could work for him. But exactly like you giving me something. I hope they give me more than what you just gave me. If you giving me more than what they do, man, it's tough.
Hey, well, I'm just saying this is a start. Again, whatever transpires after that, again, Gable's creative enough. He'll make it work.
Okay, so like what I could envision one week is this happening. Like we just get Chad Gable acting normal as fuck, and then all of a sudden, slowly by a little bit, you don't see Grande Americano around no more. like they just slowly like
Phase
erase
him
it.
out.
Yeah,
Phase
like
him out. Yeah, that's fine.
No, I was saying
Yeah.
again. I was saying, assuming we get a bald Gable, you do with him what you did when Kane first shaved his head. You put a rag over his head. If
mm,
anyone looks him sideways or just
yeah, there's a
he
lot you
thinks
can do
it's
with
the
that.
word bald or whatever, you make it like a trigger word, and he just starts just firing on folks.
Yeah, you can definitely do some things with that right there. But yeah, chat. There's the graphic right there. That's tomorrow's main. Well, I don't want to say that's tomorrow's main event like them two, but that's Saturday night's main event right there. That's main event for tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just look to be entertained, man. Like I said, I'm not looking to critique them to a bone right
Fuck
now
that.
tomorrow.
If Cena wins, we riot.
That was funny. R-Truth's, let me put that up there if I got it. His promo, I like how he was in a more serious tone today. Like I wish they gave us more of that. But you know, I'll accept one night for now.
AOH.
Yes.
Real quick before we get up out of here. If for some reason R-Truth wins, some reason, how long does he hold the belt?
The
It's a
championship's
non-title
not on the
match.
line.
Yes. Huh?
It's a non-title.
It's a regular
Like I
match.
said, True just there just to give him an ass whooping.
Why are we here?
The
Why are
ass
we
whooping
here?
he needs
Why are we here?
because
Why
he's
are we here?
OG in this now.
Ah, I'm with H on that one, bro. Like I feel like WWE's putting a lot of stuff out here because they maybe don't even know what to do. They kind of just doing a lot of
I would have given this a chance if we got
dead
a little
ends.
dimensions.
Yeah, if it was, I don't know, but like I just feel like, what's the point?
Because we're blowing through all of the John Cena greatest feuds. That's it.
That's what we
Again,
come to at the end of your career. That's what we come to. Is like that's how
well,
you go
think about
out.
it. You have 22 dates or something like that across 6 months. That's it.
Yeah, but make them exciting.
This should have been planned. This retirement should have been planned years in
Hey, all
advance.
I'm gonna say this. All I'm gonna say is this: the person who we passed up would have never went out like this. Woo!
Nigga, that nigga still not trying to go out, yeah.
You hear me? Woo! That's why I said, bro. Like Ric Flair
That
would
is
never
the
went like this, bro.
21
Come
time
on, man.
world's champion.
You walking it down. You supposed to like go out explosive. This is your last time. Like you walking out with a towel on your head. Like this is the last time, bro. Come on, man. You all neatly folding in the ring. Nah, bro. Come on. You fighting R-Truth? Get out of here, bro. They should have put the belt up and made it a little bit more exciting. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's the old school
Nah,
me. But
I'm there with you, bro. I'm not trying to burn one of these
burn
last
through.
matches on
Yeah.
this.
If it's your last, that's what I'm saying. If this is your last go round, why are we getting these parody matches? That's what it feels like.
Okay. So now this wouldn't been as big a deal if there wasn't a disclosed amount of dates. Because of that, how many we know are left. Now this
Right.
comes off as again. This is what we're doing this for.
Right, like I
I mean,
prefer AJ Styles.
We
something, dog. Like, come on,
we could have
man.
continued Cena and Randy. We could continue that.
You could have ran it back.
I think we go. I ain't gonna lie. I think we guaranteed though tomorrow. I think Randy comes back tomorrow.
I hope.
But then, where
I
does that
hope
lead to? A Money in the Bank with them? And, I mean, okay,
SummerSlam.
when does
You let us hit till SummerSlam.
okay, and that's when you think Cena loses the belt?
Nah.
That's when you bring back Cody.
Okay, I feel like it's all. At first, we couldn't see Cena. Now we see everything you're doing, bro. First of all, you couldn't see me. Now we see everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this is
I
me.
mean, he says he was bullied into getting hair plugs.
I mean, that's not really because you could. That's your own personal choice. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that unless unless the bag calls for it. If they're saying, "Hey man, we need you to look a little bit younger." You gotta do what you gotta do.
Or maybe not all folks are blessed to have a good head of hair forever.
For sure. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
man. I
I'm
think they lost
sorry.
the script. I think they lost the script, like the song says, man. They're coming out the hit. Maybe that's
It doesn't work for me, brother.
good shit. Good shit.
I don't know. We shall see tomorrow, though. Chat, leave us your thoughts, comment below. Hit that like, subscribe, and do us a favor. Follow. You see the names on the screen right there. Y'all can check us out on social media. Keep up with us. Updates. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. The truth shall set you free. Okay.
Oh, dang.